waiting for you. Mine is waiting for you now.
And we're actually live. I need to see and refresh on our YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and make sure and see what's going on there. Because I know it had a post. So now I'm just going to make sure that it's actually live.
Oh, it says we're live.
It says
we're on. But why are my lips not moving?
Well, it's going to be a delay on the one that you see on the computer. Just remember that. But yeah, so I'm going to check and make sure that my other pages are showing and that we're good. And then we'll let the folks come in. And as they come in, we'll definitely get started. Now, Jasmine, I don't have number 5 followers, girl, so don't get excited.
Let me turn down the sound on my other one.
Now, Jasmine, I don't have number 5 followers, girl, so don't get excited.
Girl, we in the same page. Hold on, let me figure out how to take and do this. Let me turn the volume down.
Okay.
I got my tablet beside me so I can see the comments.
That's what I have to do. That and as they come in, you just got to mute those. We'll definitely get started. Now, that's no hell number 5 followers.
Who is that?
That's me, and I need to mute mine too. That's what I do when I'm playing.
Hold on, let me grab something right quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Perfect. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Natalie Love. What's up, Sly Sylvia? And the Anthony Brown Show. Yes, God, we are getting together so that you guys can see us and all that good stuff. So give us just a moment, honey, and we will definitely get on to the introductions. Thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate that. Love you guys. I am well, Natalie. You doing good, boo? Yes. All right. I'm excited. Oh, wait, what? You know what? I don't know how to do that. I can make it pop.
It's all in the wrist. It'll pop. But I've been doing it for years.
Hey, I see it now. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, where the comments are? Oh, here they are. Okay,
they coming up. Look at us getting all ready, brought up to the 21st century.
Ain't that it? Still learning something new.
Oh, Natalie is sitting there and flat out, girl. You better flat out make.
I didn't get no libations tonight. I should have got some.
Start at the root and then go down, girl. And it's all about in the sectionings, Natalie. Sectioning. And take your time, girl. Don't rush through it. That way you can get that silk, girl. And get that comb and chase it, Natalie. You're giving her hair advice, honey, while she's saying she's watching us and flat iron. So listen, y'all. Welcome to the Savon Experience, honey. I have 2 special guests, okay? One special guest, I know you guys knew that she was going to be coming this week because I introduced her and I stated that last week, Ms.JazmineDivine, honey.
Hi, everyone.
How can they find you, Miss Jasmine?
I'm on YouTube. Well, I don't have any videos on YouTube, but on YouTube, it's going to be Ms.JazmineDivine. On Instagram is Ms.JazmineDivine.
Now, and then everybody who follows my channel know the infamous Miss Jessica, honey.
Yay! Hello, everybody. Yay! I'm so happy to see everybody.
Listen. So listen. Look. Yes, girl. I have my libations, boo boo.
She has a goldfish bowl. I'm the only one not. Okay.
You gonna have to go get you. You got a Corona in the refrigerator.
Now there is some tequila in there, but I'm not gonna mess with it.
Go on and get just a little shot, and then keep your water next to you.
Yes, libations.
Go on and get you one, girl, so you can meet us with that same energy, girl. No, we gonna need you sober. Look, being sober and judging us, honey.
I'm not judging y'all. Okay. Oh, let me. Oh, I'm like trying to get used to these comments.
And Coca-Cola. She gonna get a drink before we end, y'all, because I'm gonna keep pressuring. This is called the Savon peer pressure that I
peer pressure. She always peer pressuring me.
101.
Okay.
101. So listen. Yes, all of the love mothers come. We'll give people some time to get on in, get moving. And we're going to talk about some things with you all today. We're going to let it flow organically like we always do. Look, Miss Sylvia says, hello, Jasmine and Jessica, darlings.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Painted fish.
Painted fish. Hi, how are you? Adieu. And girl, joyful titties are out, girl. Everybody's titties is all pursed up, girl. I gotta get closer to my camera.
Well, I was there to go, oh God.
Sylvia said peer pressure is a mug.
I saw that.
I'll drink to that.
Thank you so much, you guys, for my moderator, T Blessed. I thank you so much for assisting me with that role, girl. Yes. Please make sure you guys like. Yes.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe, honey. Yes.
Subscribe.
So we're gonna get into the things, honey. Where y'all want to start at? What we want to talk about first?
Whatever.
What y'all? I guess I'll open it up. What y'all been doing today? What you do today, Jessica?
Yeah, girl, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just like this whole quarantine thing. You know, this is the most dressy I've gotten in a while, and that's it. Look, my roommate's up there now. She wants to join in. She wants to link.
Let her come on in there, honey. Come on.
I have to. Let me. How I gotta send it to her, girl.
You're gonna have to send. You tell her to go to Savon 1111 on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If she just do that search, she'll find it. That's it. Savon 41s. So while she's frozen doing that.
Oh goodness.
How was your day today, Miss Jasmine?
I'm doing good. I am still I'm an essential worker. So I do work, and it's been a long day, to say the least. I don't understand why so many people are taking this so nonchalantly.
Not seriously.
It's a good word. Because people just don't realize that, even we being essential workers, like, it's a big fear of ours. I can only speak for me. I'll put it like that. Mm-hmm. It's a big fear for me and my household, bringing it home, because off camera, I was just discussing with the girls that, we had an individual come into my place of business, and they had got released from the hospital and everything, and they were on their quarantine to go straight home, but they didn't follow it. They came in, they discussed and talked with several different people, and they discussed and talked with one of my managers. And as the person was getting ready to leave, after they handled different stuff in the setting that I'm in, then they informed us that they had just came from being quarantined from having the corona. Well, it puts a stank in your well-being, I would say, and it makes you question, why do people take and do certain stuff like that, and you sit there and you listen to all of the foolishness that the president talks about and everything like that, and people just don't realize how serious it is. Like, I have a family and everything, like, well, so is everyone else, what I'm saying? And when you're in a household and you are the only person that's leaving the house to go out, and it's a lot of pressure on you to make sure that you leave out and come back in the same way you do, meaning that you want to make sure that you are clean, clean and free from the virus and everything like that. But a lot of people are not understanding that you can have it on your clothing. You can have it in some people that do wear units, you can have it in your units. Like, you can have it on your body, it can even live inside of the
everywhere
makeup that you wear, what I'm saying? So you're constantly thinking about that. I could bring that possibly home to my mother, I can bring it home to my brother, I can bring it home to my nieces and nephews, what I'm saying? And it just really makes you wonder, like, why would people not just sit home? If it's not something that you essentially need, get in, do what you got to do, but then go home. Stop playing around with this. And I live in Florida, so these people down here, and I'm going to put it very nicely like that, these people down here are still trying to go to the beach. They're still trying to congregate. They're still trying to have block parties. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm not trying to spin it into that direction, but it's ridiculous that people can't just sit down and understand that it's not that important for you to be going out there and still socializing. You
Right.
know, and I do understand people do get tired of sitting down and
Absolutely.
sitting at home, but go out in your yards, you know, sit in your yard. And this is a time now that you can get closer with your family, you know,
Right.
and get to learn who you are with your family instead of always avoiding your family. People are just so
Girl,
inconsiderate of it.
they don't like their family. That's why they're not trying to talk to them. But listen,
They don't care. They just don't care.
They
really.
don't.
Say the truth.
I'm gonna give a warning now. Y'all know the Savon is real. So you know when I'm on others platforms, I definitely try to watch and filter my language. However, on mine, I don't. So with that being said, them hoes don't like their own family. That's why they're not trying to sit and talk to them. Antonio, the beach. I need some fun for the mental health for sure. I know you do, but you bet you go to that beach and you catch that Rona, girl. I'm just gonna say, girl.
Am I breaking up or you breaking up?
Girl, I'm sick. I should have listened to you. I'm gonna be like, click.
Period. Like it just don't make any sense. Like sit down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing it for a reason, and people don't even realize it hasn't even plateaued yet. You know, this hasn't even came to a head. This is still. There's so many different people. There's so many bodies that they're not even, you know, releasing the true numbers. And then the studies are showing now, you know, that people in the age bracket of 20 to 40, 45 years old having massive heart attacks and stuff now, and they're dying from blood clots because they're realizing now that the coronavirus is actually causing blood clots too. You know, so people need to sit down. Yes.
Now I knew about the heart stuff. I heard things that they were finding out. So clots? I didn't know that. That was
they're actually taking and they found studies in it, and it's on one of the blogs. If I can find the information, I'll find it and I'll try to post it for you. But it actually is like they're saying that within people that, you know, the younger age or whatever, that people should start getting onto the baby aspirin they can thin the blood out a little bit. So it's a beast, and people just don't even realize that how much of a beast that it is.
I just wish that I want something. I want them to find something, but I don't want them to reopen everything too soon.
I don't either. Take your time, honey. Take your time.
Because it'll be worse the second time around. I'm so scared of that because we are in a new world now. So it's scary when I do go out and get food and stuff. So when I see everybody wearing masks, I mean, it didn't hit me until I saw all that. You know, that's kind of scary sometimes. You know, you just look and like, oh my God, it's really, really bad.
But, you know, at first they had said that only for people that had the infection to wear masks.
Right.
But people took
now they want everybody. Now they want everybody to wear.
So what y'all
now you get? Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry.
You're fine. So at the end,
I was just gonna say what. Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead, girl.
I was just gonna say. So now, you know, I get a lot of hits too with now people making masks. That's great. I think it's awesome that people are making masks. But if you're gonna sell them an arm and a leg, I don't think it's right.
They're gouging everything.
I think $15, $16 is a cute amount to because you got to count in supplies and effort. $16 is decent.
That's still too much. You can take and make a max
Well, I'm talking about for the reusable ones though, like the ones that people are making the reusable, or they can do like y'all resident told them to do and inject themselves with Lysol and bleach.
But you know, you can sit there
say some shit like that.
Stupid. You know, you can actually take and get a yard of fabric, and you can make 10 to 15 masks for $2.59.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And it's the reusable
fabric.
Ones. Yeah. You know, it's the reusable ones. It doesn't have to be the big old expensive material stuff, as long as it's something. But because the masks now, they don't even have HEPA filters in them anyway, so they're not really destroying the bug before it gets to you. All it's doing is just giving you something on your face. Unless it's a HEPA mask, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't stop germs. It doesn't stop the bacteria. It doesn't do anything. You're just wearing something for a fashion statement.
Yeah.
So my friend,
that's true.
Friend at Personal Creations by Renee, she made some and she actually used HEPA filters. I told her she should have charged more than $5 though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. She should.
If you're using the good stuff, I mean, I understand it, but it's just like, wow.
I'm just saying, listen, that's what y'all president said. And then look, you right
here. Ain't mine. Don't even start that.
I ain't voting for him.
Maybe the doctors can test those items to see if it can help in the body. You know what?
Let me go get some Lysol and bleach and put 50-50 and put it in my veins. Because that's what probably somebody's going to try to do.
You see Lysol and all the rest of them had to come out with all of those doggone Lysol came out with a statement telling people, listen, don't do this shit.
Don't do it.
Billy boy.
You're going to be in the ground.
You're going to be in the ground. You already know.
But I do, like, I have a friend that lives in New York, and when everything started and it really got promoted or pushed or whatever, it was March the 13th in New York. They shut everything down. They've been shut down since March the 13th. And, you know, he's been been quarantined and everything like that. And there's so many different things that they're not releasing and they're not telling people. Like, people don't understand the severity of this. Like, you go out and if you test positive for this, like, you are automatically quarantined then. There's no saying goodbye to family. There's no saying this, that, and the third. And if you pass away, they don't even get your body. Your body is what they're doing now is they're freezing it. And after they freeze it and they make sure that it's good and frozen, they drop it in the ground. So it's direct burial. There's no saying goodbye,
let me ask you,
nothing.
What?
Now I did hear that mortuaries are pretty much they're overwhelmed. So they're like, they don't even know if they can't. They're scared to embalm because they're scared that it's on their body.
Into the atmosphere.
Yeah, right.
So what they're doing is it's called direct burial, which means the body does not get embalmed or anything. They wrap it and bam.
Listen, this is just a message for everybody to sit their asses down right now. Sit it down. So let's get into some other things. Let's talk about.
Yes, on a lighter note.
Before Rona, what was your dating like, Miss Jasmine, before Rona? And I'm gonna ask you too, Jessica. Pre-Rona.
Okay, I'm thinking.
You thinking, girl? You ain't got to think that hard now. Pre-Rona.
Okay, so pre this, I was in a bad relationship, so I took in 5 years off. I haven't dated or anything in the last 5 years. No, nothing. So mine was non-existent anyway. So it's like it is what it is. I've had suitors, but I didn't do anything.
A suitor that you didn't do anything?
Several.
So you're just entertaining. So you're just entertaining folks. You just don't do nothing. You just entertain.
I stuck my foot in and I stuck a finger in every now and then, but I didn't do the hokey pokey and turn myself about.
Okay. Me and the roommates, we talk about we all talk about, like, we entertain, we just don't do anything. You know, it's on a rare occasion that if we do anything, but yeah, you can entertain.
Look like?
Just talk.
Talking.
It's just talking. That's all. You just you talk a good game. Yeah.
Scamming.
You know, after the first once or twice of talking, you know, you want to see if everything is actually for real. So
then, when do you ask for a dick pic? How long you supposed? What's the appropriate? Because we want to give people the right guidelines. So what's the appropriate timeline before you wait?
I've never asked, and I just got them. I get people starting at 2 a.m. in the morning to 5:30 a.m. blowing up my phone if I do not log out of Instagram, and they're just jacking off.
Oh, so
yeah. So
I've had that happen. I've had that happen.
When I had to get off of Facebook because Facebook was really bad. And then, Savon, I had several Instagram accounts because I get so fed up and I'll do privacy and I'll do all that, but it still filters in somehow. I was still like my roommate, I'll cut my phone off. I'll do not disturb. And then when I wake up, I'll see all the calls that happen. But if when I was working night shift, I'll be sitting in the lab because I'm a quality auditor. And when I was sitting in the lab, I'll be working. My boss will come in, and all of a sudden my phone will ring, and there's somebody beating their meat. I don't understand that. Because I mean, my boss is like, "What is that?" Yes, what is all that? Now I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then it's kind of cute because you'll find a real cute one, but then there's them booger ones you sit there going, "Really?"
So with the booger ones,
Jessica,
do we consider the booger ones sexual harassment?
Now you can't say that because you can't do sexual harassment on the boogers and don't do it on the cute ones. Yeah, so it's got to be
a lot of people.
Well, my thing is, I never. Go ahead. What'd you say, Jasmine?
I was just going to say, are you more into the cut or the pullbacks?
See, I like both, and I'm not gonna lie. The pullbacks are great. I think they're wonderful because flavor. I mean, it's different. I mean, I just think there's so much you could do. I used to tell this, and Savon probably remember this. I used to say I wanted somebody so I could put a roll of quarters in there and say how many quarters I could put in there.
You did.
That was a big thing for me. I was like, let's see how many quarters we can shove in here, honey.
I don't know about the quarters thing, but it's just something different. It's something. It's
different. It's amazing. I ain't gonna lie.
It's like a filet mignon. You know, it just has that distinct flavor and
seasoning and
taste you know. But then you just run across some of you be like,
Savon, stop at your face. I see it, girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, I understand. I'm with you. I am with you on that. I'm an equal opportunity employer. Let's just say that. But
I mean, the lines are open.
Listen. So when you wanted
to Anthony Brown says, "Oh my God, yes, I know we're a little bit raunchy tonight."
Pray for us, Anthony, Lord Jesus. We need some prayer, Lord, have mercy. Flavor.
Yes,
flavor. But yeah, I still don't get it, and I don't understand it. And I know people have fetishes, and they do fetishize us and everything, but it does get on my nerves. I'm sorry, I just can't. I just don't know. Sometimes when you get a legit guy that wants to talk to you, a guy, girl, whoever wants to talk to you, you're scared. You don't know what to say to them, so you're kind of blocking yourself. Like I don't know. I get like several, and I don't know who's real. I don't know who's trying to fetishize me, or they just want a quick hit.
So what do you think? What? Yes, Jack. How do you help?
I can answer that one.
Oh, please take it.
Okay, so to piggyback on what you're saying, a lot of people assume that we're nothing but fantasies.
Hello.
We're not good enough. We're not good enough to have the title of significant other, girlfriend, husband, whatever your label that you put on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of them just assume that you're only good from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then after that time frame, they have to go home to the real situation. And then it is such a bad stigmatization with the word trans or the word tranny or whatever like that, because they all assume either you are a sex worker or you steal or you are stunt queen or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous.
But
Anthony just flavor.
That's why you wash it. So you don't get the extra cheese.
I just saw that. Oh my God. But I do mentor younger trans people, guys, girls, whatever. And I tell them to be careful out there because people will try to say, they will say everything you want to hear. So like I had one girl, she's 20, and she told me, she said, well, have you ever dealt with guys that would say, there's no such thing as a relationship with a trans person or trans because
so fast.
Yeah, only thing we can do is be sexual partners. If I want a relationship, I need to be with a cis girl, and that's what he told her. She's devastated because she liked him.
His ass out. Get the fuck out, then, bitch.
Period.
She's been talking to him for like 4 months.
I need to
and
talk.
Now she's devastated because he did it, and she's asking me, has that happened to me? I never had it happen to me like that, but I know what she's talking about.
I wish a bitch would tell me that you not dating material because you trans, but bitch, you want to be out in my good done deadbeats, honey.
Right.
Good done deadbeats, honey. You want to get into these cakes, or you want me all in your good done deadbeats. And that's
another thing. Oh my God.
Get into them guts like that.
Bitch. But why do they always assume that you want to do something like that? That's something that I don't understand.
Another thing. Another thing.
Every person is completely different. And I kind of sort of touched on this with Savon with Chi-Chi's situation that we was talking about.
And Jasmine,
but I'm like,
when you roll into that, the difference, also add in Anthony's question and help us with that too.
Okay, I got you. So this is the deal with me. Every person is completely different. It's just like you have a different array of rainbow of people. You have a different array of us. The difference between, let me answer this one first, and then I'll go into what I was going to say. The difference between a trans girl and drag queen more or less is where everybody starts off with. Because you get the glitz and the glamour of, some people do it for stage. You get the glitz and glamour or going into a club. And when you're going into a club, you get to dress up to be that person for one night. Like if you take and you look at a lot of times on Halloween, there are so many different drag queens that are out and about. And that's what they feel that they are.
Yep.
But when you're trans, you feel like that your spirit or your mind does not match your outer body. So you take and you go through these steps to make your outer appearance match your inner appearance.
Correct.
Meaning sometimes that some people go to the extreme of having the SRS, which is sexual reassignment surgery, or some people take it to far enough to do the black market silicone. They go and get the
black market silicone.
They go and they get the silicone in the chest and then the hips and the butt and all that kind of different stuff. So it's different degrees to it. But for me, I never felt like the whole drag was me. It was a pretty penny whenever I did it. Because I also worked this. Not only did I work and put myself through school, I did that and I maintained a real job. So I do have a 401k. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of those some of those people that don't sit up there and don't try to better themselves. I bettered myself. I took what I've learned from, because I was picked on and I was bullied and I dropped out of high school. But I put myself back through school. On top of that, I picked up another trait of becoming a CNA. I went before the state of Florida. In Florida, I became a foster parent. So the stuff that people said that you cannot do is always a way that you can say that you can do it. I went from being a foster parent to now I'm in a process of opening up my own business, working with disabled and handicapped kids, because that's my passion. So it's up to you to remember who and what you want, and you have to set goals for yourselves. Like with me, I set small goals. Like every 3 months, I need to have something accomplished. If I don't have it accomplished, I feel like that I'm slacking on what I need to do. So it's up to you how you set across. But yes, there's a difference. And some people, they get into being trans or whatever because they want to be the sex worker. They want to be looked at as the fantasy. But it's a lot of us that want the norm. We want to have that picket fist, the family. We may not all want kids, but a lot of us do want the kids.
So for me, in my dating experience, that was a huge challenge for me. Mm-hmm. It was a power struggle because I am not ever upset with the girls wanting what they want. And if them being the object of obsession or object of fetishes is what they want, I support you in whatever you do. However, please don't come over in my space with that same energy, because I'm not giving you that. So the boys that were coming to my space with that, oh my God, we would meet up and I wanna, on the chat line days, girl, the chat line days, and you got tag, the AOL chat room.
And tag still works.
You have txdating.com and all those adult friend finder, all those. You get on there, you chit-chatting, you talking, and they're like, okay, yes, so they want to meet up. And okay, cool, let's meet up. We've been talking for a while, let's meet up. Okay, good. So what are you gonna wear? Are you gonna wear thigh-high boots and a mini skirt? I was like, bitch, hell no. Tell your mammy to wear thigh-high boots and a mini skirt, bitch. But I'm not gonna wear that bullshit. I'm not girl, that's not my taste.
But that goes into that fantasy.
And I still get those.
They assume that every person is like that because they've seen that in one of the videos that they don't sit and they don't watched and did the do too. So they just assume that all of us are like that.
I have this struggle with my sisters. Because when my sisters, and I'm playing devil's advocate, y'all, I'm talking about everything and I'm being open and honest about how I feel, and Jessica knows. So when my sisters, I'm trying to embrace them into this world. Now, everybody is not going to walk around giving you librarian realness. Bitch, that's what they tease me about. Bitch, you give me corporate. Okay, and that's cute, right? I respect that. However, I also feel like I'm somewhat of a feminist, and I don't want to offend anyone because I feel like, bitch, as soon as my sisters decide they want to be their authentic self or get in drag the first time, bitch, they find the sluttiest shit to wear and then be like, I'm a lady. Bitch, I don't think cisgender women or genetic women out there is gonna think that's been a lady because you look like a $2 hooker. Thoughts about that?
Now I understand if somebody they're trying to explore which they like, because some people don't know what their style is yet. So they will try to throw together what's cheap, what's affordable at the moment, or what their mamas have. Because I have been across people who do dress like their mama or their grandmother. They're dressing in clothing and you're like, what the hell,
Bitch, I did. You remember that goddamn country ass lace dress my ass wore the first time we went out, and that pinstripe ass suit, bitch. I was giving you Sunday's best for 1990.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I love the pinstripe suit. I did love the pinstripe suit. So I still trying to find something pinstripe, but no. But you remember me? I mean, I was Sherelle then, and that was when Clueless was out, and I tried to wear that plaid skirt with the little top. Girl, that was a mess. But
and Jasmine,
I was just gonna say, to correspond with what he's saying about the whole transformation and everything, you have to remember when it comes down to with any category, sex sells. So if you look apart to a certain way, that's what that whole transformation is. You know what I'm saying? You necessarily don't always live and stay in that boat of being ghetto, but if you don't, that shows the growth in that person. So if that person is sitting and they're willing to grow, then of course their style's going to change, their personality is going to change, their demeanor is going to change. Because if you want something better for yourself, everybody don't want better for themselves. Everybody's comfortable being the gutter rat,
and I'm okay. Okay, so hold on. I'm okay with the gutter rats too. Please, if that's who you are, I support you who you are. I just think that when some people come out, I think when some of us start our trans experience or cross-dressing experience, we still hang on to this, I call masculine mentality of what a woman is.
What a woman looks like.
A woman can be many things. But I feel like often when you find somebody say, oh my girl, I'm gonna dress up as Halloween, I'm gonna be girl the baddest bitch, and when you see her, you be like, bitch, you look like
Miss Slay, I see you.
You look like the sluttiest bitch. And I that's no tea, no shade, and I'm not throwing shade, but I'm just saying, like, why do you think people gravitate to that so often?
That'll go to what one of my sisters on here, she talked to me about it, and I'm talking about you, Miss Slay, over here. You remember we were talking about
Miss Slay
being pressured? Yeah, because she was talking about, sometimes you feel pressure to date men or whatever cis men. Now, everybody has different preferences and different tastes and whatever. I never felt like there was a pressure. The only pressure I did feel like what Savon was talking about, that you had to look a certain way or you wasn't woman enough. I hate it when people say you're not woman enough or you don't pass. I hate that word. But everybody's different. Each person's gonna think of what a woman should be or what a guy or a man should be. It's crazy. Like with me, I always looked at my grandmother. I thought the world of her. So way she talked, way she represented herself, and how she dealt with people day to day. I tried to emulate her. Now I didn't emulate her style as far as dress. I had my own style. I just had my own style. I still want to do some of the more edgy looks and stuff. And Savon, we talked about that. And Jasmine, as you get to know how crazy I am, I do like kind of gothic wear, and I do like a steampunk. I like steampunk. Right. 50s look. I like it. I like certain things. Like the color purple, Miss Suge Avery. I love that hairstyle she had. But I don't know if I would look right in it, but I love that style.
Which was that?
Remember, she had the big curls up the top, and it was long in the back. And then she had the baby doll dress on when she was, close to the end when she was singing and walking to church. But yeah, I love that look. I love that style, especially on Black women or people of color. Anyway, this certain color skin, it looks awesome. Polka dots, I love it.
Devin asks, good greetings, ladies. Greetings, Devin.
Greetings
and salutations. So how can you tell when a man is serious about getting to know you versus just a man wanting to hook up? To be honest with you, after a while, I was able to tell, because I wasn't a person that will, sister, you've been on my mind. So I wasn't ever one of those ones that I would talk to them for a while. No, but I would talk to them for a while is what I would do. And to be honest, if they only interested in a hookup or a fantasy, baby, it don't take more than 30 minutes of chatting with them before they get into their little fetishes. So you will definitely know. Now, a lot of times we will ignore it because they fine as hell or their dick was big as hell, and bitch, we want it anyway.
But I'm still having that issue right now, and that's why I was asking Jasmine if she ran across it or how she did it, because I'll get multiple messages: "Hi, beautiful," "Hello, sexy," "How are you today?" Blah blah blah. And it'd be 5 in a row on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, which one is coming to me correctly? But which one is, because sometimes they'll tell you what you want at the beginning, and then they'll start, "Hey, can I show you how big is your tits?" I'm like, that's
how you know. So that's how you know, right there.
Let me ask you this: is yours strictly from online, or do you get yours a lot in everyday life whenever you're going out? Because mine is a little bit different.
No, I don't.
Online, but I get it every day in life too. Because
I don't get it every day.
I've spoken with y'all offline with, like, I get so many people trying to pass me phone numbers, or if I'm in Walmart or, just out and about, like, I get it, and I'm like, okay, do I have something written across my forehead that says XYZ? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's not that type of party.
No, I've never had that, and I used to sit there and wish I could get that from people that want to sing. No, I never had that experience. Well, take it back. Only one time, but that was before starting transition. They were, like, "Hey, I'm curious." But now, no, I get it all internet, all online. It's all. If I'm on Facebook, they kill me. If they on Instagram, they wear me out. I'm just like, wow.
But what I can say, Jessica's also at work or at home. At work or at home.
Yeah.
So
because I don't go out.
Yeah, the two. Like, you got to figure out, like, you have to have a healthy balance of work, fun, and play. Like, even if you're getting together with your girlfriends, you going out to TGI Fridays and having food and drinks. you know, and your drink could be a Coca-Cola. You getting out of the house and you're socializing. Like you've got to. That's where you get into you becoming your own, and you're becoming one with who you are and who you're becoming. Like if you're not with that, you know, then I mean, it's simple as like me and my little brother, like we'll go to the mall, walk around the mall, act crazy in the mall, and then come back to the house. So it's up to you to embrace who you are. And that sometimes we have to let that wall down so we can be more transparent with people.
Yeah.
I get, and I feel everything you're saying is just like with me, and
it's hard.
I'm always scared about how I look, my voice. Is it giving? I'm just always scared of, you know, for the longest time when I first started and everything, I kept getting messages of 5 trans girls got killed. This one did. I was thinking about all that, and I'm like, I'm scared. I then got to the point I'm now shut in. Like but right now.
Think of it like this, though. Not to cut you off, but think of it like this. No, and on the same token, how many, just in general, how many Black people have been killed? Mm-hmm. So if it's going to stop you, if hearing a statistic about something else, and like I live in a small city. So whenever I go, and I used to travel to New York, and I used to live in Atlanta, and I lived in Detroit, people were saying, well, you gotta stay away from this area. You got to stay away from that area, and this, that, and the third. It's all in your demeanor and the way that you carry yourself, because you can go and you can be in one of the most ratchetest establishment, but people are still going to respect you if you have respect for self. You know what I'm saying? And I myself, I've been around corporate America. I've been in and out, and I've had to hold my own against other people that, you know, have been there, done that, as far as like where I'm at and I'm trying to achieve to get to. It's about not only experience, but the way that you take and handle yourself throughout the whole process. You know what I'm saying? You just got to push yourself and motivate yourself more to be like, you know, I'm going to take one day at a time. Maybe we're going to go and chit chat and hang out at Fridays this week. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe the next time, you know, you do baby steps with what makes you comfortable for it.
Yeah, because I know, like, my therapist, and I go to a therapist to pretty much.
That bitch, get what you need.
I need to, you know, I'm trying to build social skills. Now, he knows it's really hard for me because my first homework assignment was to go into Walmart here. I don't know Walmart. I'm scared. So I finally did it. Well, he wanted me to go in there just for try to do 15 minutes. Go in there. I just had to step through the door. Savon, you didn't know about all this. I'm definitely petrified over here. Because I don't know this town that I'm in. Yes, I moved somewhere where people won't call me by my old name anymore. But it's fear sometimes.
People still call you by that
name. Listen, that's why a lot of girls move.
I moved my old town, and then my father threatened he wanted to kill me, and that went through several people in my hometown.
Listen, so that's why I told somebody, and we talked about this, and here's my thing on that. If I say my name is fucking Crocodile Joe, bitch, you better address me as Mrs. Crocodile Joe, okay? Mm-hmm. Because if my mom, who named me what she named me, can address me as Mrs. Crocodile Joe, your petty punk ass who ain't related to me can do the fucking same. Because if you don't, I feel like you are attacking me, and I'm gonna meet you with that same energy, and you don't want the smoke.
But I get the biggest hang up from family. I don't get the hang up from in the street. I get the biggest.
I'm talking about family.
Mm-hmm.
See, I get it on both. It was both. It was family, but my coworkers were really bad about it. You know, they would just do it. Some of them, I understand, is a slip of the tongue, but the majority of them, they did it for spite.
But it can't be a slip of the tongue. If you are presenting something a certain way, then it should be respected as a certain way, regardless. You see what I'm saying? So it's never a split for us. To me, it's a malicious intent. That's how I see it. Because we are supposed to be cool, and we're supposed to be in a respectful mind frame or a respectable place with each other. Respect is given to a dog. That's how I was always taught. Respect is given to a dog. So if you want someone to respect you, have that same respect for that person. So if I'm saying, like you're saying, if I'm saying my name is Crocodile Dundee, address me as such.
Crocodile Leisha, bitch, if you need to, bitch, but you better do as I told you to
do.
You have some problems.
Yeah, because you gotta say behind my back, but to my face, that's the way you need to address me.
And I'm okay with people feeling the way they fucking feel. I don't expect you to agree with everything.
Period. Yeah, because everybody, this is a free country. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. So, but be professional. Don't come up to me with some bullshit. But yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie. Like my mama's pastor was like, "You ran away from us." Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I ran away from my hometown. Why would I want to keep sitting there in that? I wanted to move forward. If I would have kept sitting there and just keep taking in all that toxic and everything, I'll be batshit crazy.
I did it twice. Once when I moved to Atlanta, and after I moved to Atlanta, I came back home, and then I was like, okay, this is not doing it for me. I went to Detroit.
What was your experience like in Atlanta, Jasmine?
Honestly, it was my growing up, because I have always had it. I've always been around family here in Florida, because it was my hometown. I always knew everybody, so it was easy for me to not only get a job anywhere I wanted to or whatever. It was just easy. So it was time for me to get to know who me and to love me, to find out who I am and what my own two legs I can stand on. I had to move to Atlanta, and my first year there, it was smooth sailing. I had saved up so much money, you know what I'm saying? It was smooth sailing, but when the money ran out and, you know, everything was hitting me at one time, that's when I had to either put up or shut up. I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say it was so easy, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it was the best situation, because, you know, even when you look for friends, people still tend to try to use you. And I had a lot of people around me. I didn't know that people were using me from an outside looking in. People would tell me that, but I didn't see it. So when because I was looking for that love that I wasn't getting, so I had people to live with me, wasn't helping paying bills or whatever, and we went into it saying, "Hey, you know, you're gonna help me pay bills or whatever." Lived on me and all that kind of stuff is what I'm saying.
Girl, you remember the one that I had who thought she was gonna slick slide her way up in this motherfucking roommate situation, and
Pensacola, Florida.
She thought that she was gonna slip in and be roommates, and then 3 months in decide you weren't gonna pay no damn rent. Girl, first of all, I got that ass together. Did I?
Yep, you did.
Bitch, I put her shit out. I put her out and told her if she wanted her shit, she gonna have to pay 3 months past rent to get it, or it's mine. I don't play that shit. We had
to go through different things in order for you to get your voice. Like with me, when, you know, to go through something that we were touching on or whatever off camera to bring some people up to speed. You know, when I was 18 and I first went out and first experienced my first going to the different bars and different things like that, because I lived a shelter life. My mom kept us very sheltered. I would say it wasn't from the bad. It was shelter from the bad stuff. So a lot of the experience that I thought I had, I didn't have. So whenever I went out, I would say like the first 3-4 months, it was all good and everything like that. But the next time I went out with one of my friends, and I'm known for always have my car. This particular time, I didn't have my car with me. So long story short, I went to a bar with this person. We was hanging out, and me being gullible and naive, I ain't gonna sit here and lie, thinking that the person was gonna take and bring me home. Person didn't take and bring me home. The person started heading out to this area of Pensacola that is known for, you know, the craziness or whatever like that. And the guy had in his mind was probably he's going to rape and kill me. And I convinced the person to, I'm not going to go into detail, but I convinced the person to get me close as I could to home. And that's when I noticed that the doors inside of the car, it's like it was in a scary movie. You know how you can't get the lock parts of it. All those was taken out. So I literally had to do what I had to do in order to get out of the car. And It was a 45-minute ongoing thing, and I remember getting bashed in the back of the head a couple times. And
what?
on top of getting bashed, like I lost consciousness. So it could have been pretty much really longer than that. So at the end of the whole experience, I was lucky that I got out of there with my life. And I was far enough, I was close enough, but far away from the situation that when I got out of the vehicle, I walked the rest of the way home. Girl. So in the process of walking the rest of the way home, like I got to the house and I went into the bathroom. I grabbed bottles and bottles of bleach, Comet, some of everything, and I scrubbed myself for I know at least 3 hours, and to the point that I had like red burns on my skin of me scrubbing and trying to get the filth off of me. I went into a state of depression for 6 months. I stopped driving. I stopped doing everything. And that was a part of me dropping out of high school. So all that had to play in there. And I never really opened up and never really talked to any of my family, never really told any of my mom and everything about it, because it's something that I felt like I had brought onto myself, because that was the way that it was taught.
Why do you feel like you brought it upon yourself?
You know, a lot of times in the Black church, you get shoveled so much stuff.
Yes.
And when you get so much stuff, you just feel like that's supposed to be your punishment and you're supposed to die from it. Well, it took me years to get my voice back, I would say, because I went through depression. I tried to commit suicide several different times. The last time was about 4 years ago. I was going back home from Florida to Detroit when I was living in Detroit. I was driving in my truck, and I was riding over this bridge, and I was getting ready to go into the Kentucky. I was crossing over from Kentucky, I think, over into Ohio. Either way it goes, it's like this really huge long bridge. And right after I came through there, I was going into Kentucky. I'm sorry, I'm just switching. I switched it backwards a little bit. And I went 100 and I floored it basically. It was like 120 miles an hour. And I closed my eyes and I rode like that for 10 minutes. So I thought that if I killed myself that way, it would be no way anybody could really claim the body, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that was the last battle that I actually dealt with it. And I prayed, I meditate, and I got myself together. And I was like, you know what? It's not worth me losing my life behind foolishness. It took me a lot. It had me. You just don't even understand. Like sometimes I sit back and I think about so many of the different things of what I've had to deal with, and people just don't even understand that. It takes a strong person to walk a day in a life in my shoes, and people just don't even understand the stuff that I've been through.
You know what? I am so glad that God still has you here, because it is a blessing for you to be here, and no one deserves to be victimized by anyone. No.
Not at all.
And I don't care what situation you feel that you've placed yourself in, honey, that was not your fault. And honestly, anyone who says that it is, they too could have been in any situation, whether you met him at church, whether you met him at the bar, whether you met him on Christian Mingles, bitch, or any of that. Please understand that it is not your fault.
The bad thing about it is, well, not the bad thing, I guess a positive thing about it is that
take your moment. And while you're taking that moment, we're going to bring in just a little level of support in for you, Love Muffin. Mr. 6'8", bring us some damn sunshine, sexy.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hi, love. How are you?
Look, you over here about to have me crying.
Come on, reinforcements.
I'm sorry. But as far as the last time I was doing a show was one of the reasons why I quit working, because I was working, I was doing, the impersonations, and I was DJing and stuff like that. The last time I did the show, the scent of the person that did it when I was 18, the guy was in the bar.
Bitch.
Oh my God.
The actual guy was there?
Yes.
Bitch.
And the reason
you had my motherfucking number, bitch. I would have rolled up to that bitch.
The reason why I know it was the person is because of the scent.
Yeah.
And he didn't remember who I was, but I can remember being on stage. And when I got off stage, he came up and he actually tipped me. And when I got off the stage, I grabbed the microphone. I said my little piece, and I said, "This is my final bow to everyone." And they didn't understand why, but it was my time to leave.
Let me tell you something. Sorry. That is your testimony. And it takes strength. It really does take strength. So in that situation,
it does.
When you said, I did what I had to do to survive that situation, I have been in a similar situation. And I had to do what I had to do to control the outcome. Jessica knows. Jessica knows I call that person who? Mr. Violator.
Yes.
And I knew that if I didn't do what I needed to do to get that situation and to control it by giving him what he wanted, and I didn't give him everything, but I gave him enough to where he got off. And then I took my ass home. And this wasn't somebody that I met in a club. It wasn't a person I just met. Okay. It was somebody I had been talking to for a while. Pillar of the community, pillar of the corporate community, honey, in an executive position, baby. So they don't all come with that face of the big bad boogeyman. Sometimes they come with familiar faces.
True.
Yes, it's hard, but I can sit here and I can say now that I'm glad I have my voice back, because for a long time I didn't have a voice. And sometimes it comes off being vulgar. Sometimes it comes off being sweet, kind. Sometimes it's a kind word to a person. But I'm glad I'm still here, because with my story,
I'm glad you're here.
Which is the basis of where my YouTube is going to be. It's going to be, me sharing not only my story, but sharing how I made it through there, because I might not have been the street worker or anything like that, but my story still needs to be heard and still needs to be told, because, I didn't go looking for it. I was in the club having a good time. And my naiveness is what did it for me. That's why I think for a long time I've been so not naive, but I've been so standoffish with guys, because I don't want to feel that anymore. And I mean, it could have been a female, because, it could be either or, but so happened at that present point in time, like that's what happened to me. And you never know how strong you are until you survive something like that.
I tell you what, this is why, you guys, I want to have a forum every Saturday. And I don't want to exclude anyone. I definitely want to start it out with, a forum for the ladies, trans ladies, genetic ladies, etc. Because I feel like our voice is not heard as often. And I want people and members of the LGBT alphabet community and non-alphabet community, because I feel like the things that we do today are for likes and views. And see, I'm pretty sure that with this topic, it has probably bored many already, and they've already clicked on. But that's okay, because there's someone who needs to hear this message, who needs to know there's a team of people who are in support of them, so that we can keep people from being in situations through our own experiences, help them have that sixth sense that some have naturally to maneuver and work through their situations, while adding a little commentary and jokes to it as well. So one thing I like about the whole overall karma tonight, you had that moment, girl. You was like, oh, I need this moment. And then here came Mr. 6 foot to sweep you up and
shine on the boba. Shine on the boba. Even though I ain't
Look, I told Savon, you know, I said I didn't want nobody to say that I was coming on here because I wanted to surprise Jasmine because I knew you was gonna be on here tonight. But then as I was coming on here, I saw you. I know, right? As I was coming on here and I saw your story, I was just like, I couldn't click on yet because I'm over here having a moment with you because I'm just like, that is just like, it's horrible, like that you have people out there in the world like that.
Stop it, Savon.
I'm trying to support my babies.
Girl, I'm good, but that's what gave me my voice. You know, sitting back and giving props where props are due. Like my mom helped me through, which she never knew she helped me through. My mom helped me through. And believe it or not, like Madison, sitting back and watching Madison mature and grow through what Madison went through and grow through. Yes. Like it helped me to know that my voice was okay. Like my voice needed to be heard. Yes. And it elevated me to go through to get the degrees that I have, to go through to want the money that I want. You know what I'm saying? To get through to say that, you know, I've been there, done that. This is my bottom line. I'm not taking under this, and my credentials speak for themselves.
Amen.
I'm gonna tell you something. I have overcompensated in that same arena. Mm-hmm. What people see today is all a part of the overcompensation. And Jessica, for you guys that have come in after the fact, Jessica is my friend of 25 years. So she remembers Tone, Big Booty Judy, Bonacia, Brianna, all the faces of myself. And educating myself, being successful on different platforms personally. Mm-hmm. I say it personally because success is personal. Yes. It doesn't have to be the accolades you have publicly. It's personal. And being able to sit in a space, that has been my defense mechanism. So a lot of times I may show up the Don Dada, the grandest diva, and all of it is being powered by insecurities.
But on the same token, though, people don't understand what you sacrificed in order to get to where you've been.
There has been sacrifices.
Right. I mean, because you can sacrifice, like Jessica was saying, when you move away from your family, you move away from everything that you know, you go through changes then that people just don't even understand that you go through. Like whenever you're trying to regroup and you're trying to figure out everybody's situation is different, so I can only speak about mine. But whenever you know that you can't put your family through a financial strain to try to help you out, so you try to figure out what you need to do in order for you to get through to the next week's paycheck. And it's a lot of people in America now are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, but you know, one paycheck away from losing everything.
Yes.
Yeah, one paycheck away from losing everything.
And then people don't understand, like, you sacrifice so much. You may sacrifice going out to buy that new pair of jeans. You may go to the thrift store and buy 3 pairs for the same price of that one pair of jeans. But you make it work. You do what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I knew. Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, you know. I was just saying, yeah. I mean, I knew when I was in my hometown, and it's a little small, little country town, that I knew I couldn't grow. So I just had to keep going. And I moved 8 times till I got where I am right now. And I'm still not finished. I'm still trying to grow into myself, still learning about myself. So it is an adjustment. And I'm one, and Savon will tell you this, I'm one of those that will pinch a penny till it bleeds. So,
baby, listen,
honey, but you need to get some this.
I'm proud of her because listen, being able to go through everything that she's going through right now and to do it alone, and I'm not gonna say alone because I am here. You understand what I'm saying? She's not alone.
And but I'm here too, damn.
That's why I told her punk ass, get on here so you can make some new friends. But like, I'm proud of her. I'm proud that she's where she is. I'm proud that she's made the sacrifices that she's made. And I'm proud of the fact that she's done it. And I'll say on her own, because in order for you to take this walk, You have to do it on your own. I can support you. Jasmine can support you. Mr. 6'8" can support you, but it still takes you making it one step at a time to move forward. And y'all, this is not just for the trans experience, baby. This is in whatever you do. Whatever
I'm sorry. But, you know, people have to understand, though, too, like, you can be in a relationship with someone. And when I say a relationship, I mean in all aspects of it, like friendship, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, situation, you know, whoever, whatever situation is. But the situation is this. You can be with them, you can be with family, and you can still be alone. But until you get to that point that you find out that you love yourself unconditionally, then you can't share love with anyone else. You can't sit up there and say that you want to do better by someone else if you can't do better by self first. So I've been there, done that. I understand you, Jessica, going away and doing what you're doing, but don't be so hard on yourself that you don't enjoy the ride as you go along. Because you have to be able to enjoy that ride. Because if you can't enjoy that ride, you're going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again until you start to live in your truth.
So translation, girl, suck a dick or two and not have any type of shame about it, bitch.
I thank y'all, do, and thank you, the love in Kansas City. I mean that is, I mean, it does mean a lot because I don't, and there's times, and I'll tell Savon this, and I'll try to hold stuff back from her sometimes, and I'll just sit in here, and I just feel like I'm just all by myself. So it's sometimes it's just, I don't know what to say. I can only tell my mom so much stuff, you know. So. And then I don't want to overshare either and make somebody feel a certain kind of way. Stop it, girl, with the tissue box. I can't stand you. I can't stand you.
There you go. I just wanted you to pull one. That's all, girl. That's all. That's all, girl.
You know, sometimes you're not necessarily looking to tell somebody something. Sometimes you're looking to have a sounding board.
Yeah.
So maybe sometimes therapeutic wise, maybe sometimes you just need to turn on your camera and just do a one-on-one and just talk with yourself and let it loose, because the more stuff that you take and you hold on to yourself, the harder it is going to be for you to get out of that. Have you ever heard the old saying, it's hard to get out of a wet paper bag?
No.
I haven't.
I never heard that.
What I mean by when I say that is that every person in their life is like an onion. You know, when you take and you cut that onion open, it starts off very small, but it takes and blossoms and matures to something completely different. So every person has different layers to them in order to take and make them the person that you individually are designed to become. Okay. So when I say about the whole paper bag, you can take and you can wrap yourself up in so much terror. You can take and wrap yourself up in so much anguish. You can take and wrap yourself up in so much pain that it's worse than trying to get out of a paper bag, because you can take and you can tear out of a paper bag, but you have to have that will and know-how in order to get to the seam of that paper bag and get out of it, is what I mean.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like,
as soon as Rona is gone, Natalie, we're going to bring ourselves down to Louisiana because, listen, I need some beans.
I'll meet you there. I love me some Nolans.
So get ready to see some areolas, girl.
Period.
And I definitely agree with that. You know, my thing is that, you know, one of the reasons why I love getting on these lives is because it helps me to see other people, you know, being vulnerable and sharing their stories, so that, you know, it helps me to understand that I'm not alone. Like, it helps me to see that other people have stuff that they go through and that they deal with, like real shit, like real deep shit. And it's just something that, since I've been doing it, I've been feeling more better about myself, because, you know, prior to, you know, me and Savon talk all the time. You know, I told her, like, you know, depression and, you know, dealing with the whole thing of, you know, being alone all the time, I feel like, and, you know, not feeling like that I fit in anywhere. You know, that's something that I struggle with, you know, to this day. And I think that's why, you know, like we was having a discussion the other night with the reason why I am like I am when it comes to being, you know, a man that, you know, likes heterosexual, cisgender, trans, you know, gender gay men, you know, all across the board because of the fact that I've experienced so much. And
He
it's
likes
just been
all
so
types
many
of
things that's
pussy.
happened. Yeah. Yeah. It's been so many things. It's been so many
Savon,
things.
stop it.
She is so
I love
silly.
him.
Well, to
she is so,
piggyback off what you're speaking on, Mister, I understand that, and that's why I was saying to Jessica, you got to find your voice.
right.
The long story short of the whole situation, you've got to find your voice inside of each and every one of us. Like, there's a person that is willing, that's wanting to come out. Without a voice, you're mute. You know what I'm saying? And with life is so colorful whenever you find that voice, because like right now you could be in a black and white phase and not even notice that you're in a black and white phase. And I've been in that dark place, so I can understand where you're coming from. But if you don't take and walk nothing but a foot outside of that and then come back in because it's your shelter, eventually you're going to get tired of taking that 1 foot out and seeing that color and then going back into that black and white. Eventually you're going to want to walk all the way through that door and close that door behind you and never go back into it. It's always going to be there. You're always going to be able to draw from that experience, but don't let that be your only experience of being you.
Yep. I definitely agree. And I see so much in Jessica, like since being, you know, just the pieces that I've caught since watching a live before I came on. Like, one thing I like about y'all is that even, and you know, this is not to like down, you know, any other trans, you know, women and you know trans, you know, girls and stuff like that. But I like the fact that you all each on here have y'all individuality about you all, and you all live your lives, you know, 24/7 as regular individuals who have like pretty much just, you know, regular lives like everybody else. Like, you're not caught up with the whole, you know, trying to like I feel like that you all see so much potential in yourselves. Like, you see that you're better than just, you know, on the stroll and stuff like that. Like, I see so much potential in each of you, because it's like you all have this certain like aura about y'all that it just stands out and it blossoms, and I love that, you know, because of the fact that you're not conforming to the standardized to
the stereotype,
right? The stereotype to what people, you know, think trans women are not. I love all of it.
But it hasn't always been there though.
Right.
That's the thing though. It hasn't always been there. It's something that I've had to, just speaking from me, it's something that I had to learn. So it hasn't always been there. And on top of that, I'm so sick of people trying to take and box us all in. It's just like with you, mister. Like, you are completely a different anonymity from everyone else. Like, you can't fit into this box and you can't fit into that box. So you made your own lane in order for you to travel down the road. So that's what people have to realize with all of us, that, you know, we're each individual. It's just like you can go into a household of a family of 5, I'll put it like that. And in that family of 5, they've all been raised by the same person or the same people. But each individual is a completely different person. They're not going to be the same. So why is it that people always assume that just because you have that in front of your name, that's all you're about?
Yep.
This is why I don't tell them hoes 9 times. I don't tell them shit. I don't tell them nothing. I had a video that me and Jessica had done, and it was entitled, "Should we tell him or not? When dating someone, should you tell them that you're trans?" And I felt like, now I'm not condoning being deceptive, because, you know, I hate when people spew that narrative that trans women are being killed because they're not telling people. First of all, bitch, them hoes knew when they approached us. Let's be very clear. However, I feel like that's PHI. That's my personal healthcare information. So until I know you, I'm not telling you shit. Now, I'm going to tell you before we get to that point. But if you interested in me, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you woman, hi, I'm Savon and I'm trans. I'm not going to do that, bitch. First of all, I'm not going to do it in person, because if you try to knock me upside my head, then I'm going to have to pull my gun out and I'm going to have to shoot you. And then there's all type of issues for my life, right? But I will tell you, but I don't feel like I need to tell you when you say hello.
It's just another part of you that it's another part of you. I don't feel like you should have to display that to anyone.
and I get that. Like my mom, she's very afraid. So if I had a boyfriend, we broke up this past January. So she was all about. Did you tell him? Does he know? Mama, we had that where he met me. He already knew. I mean, he knows. And I don't just go out. And she still asks me to this day. She'll say, "Are you talking to somebody? I think you don't need to," or what. She thinks she really does have it in her heart that I'm trying to trick people. I believe, allegedly,
because that's the old school stuff that they was raised on.
So,
and that's the defense that every Black person takes and tries to use.
So check that comment out. Say about the same time when you tell him, how do you tell him from afar? Well, see, so for me, Raheem, I love you, first of all. Welcome, Love Muffin. Welcome, Diva. For me, one, we were talking about this earlier. I never think people don't know. I am sorry. I don't care what anybody say. You can say, "Oh my God, I didn't know, girl," whatever. I
feel the same way.
I'm going to think that you knew. And I'm going to make sure that you knew. Okay? I'm going to make sure that you knew. But I will tell them from afar. So I had a situation when I was visiting Memphis for the very first time. The very first time. And there was this guy, and he was very urban. So
yes.
I want your number. What's up? What's your name? How can I contact you? And I was like, well, I actually have someone back home, so I'm not interested. I try to play it like that because oftentimes I would tell you, well, it's real now, but before I was in a relationship when I was single, I would lie. I would be like, so you know what? I'm with somebody. I'm not interested. I'm not doing it. Oh, give me your number. I just want to say hi. I want to just talk to you. And I try to play it off like that. I will give them the number. And then I will skedaddle. Okay? However, when we have that first discussion, if I feel like you didn't know, I'm going to let you know right then what's tea. So that you would know. Yeah. I've really rarely ever had anybody who said, I didn't know, and I believed them.
Mm-hmm. That's why whenever you had said that off camera, when we were all discussing and talking, y'all were saying that to me. I was like, "Child, I'm clockable."
I look at the both of you. I don't see that. I just know because we're on here. But if I saw y'all, I'll be like, I know.
What? Jessica's been around for a long time, and she's always said that. She has always said that. And I love her for that. But I'm sorry. Tone and them orange ass ugly Daisy Dukes.
But you got in every club, women's night, ladies' night. I was pissed the fuck off. I was sitting there going, "Bitch, you getting in for free. We have to pay, and you got free drinks." I was like, "What the hell?"
With or without face on.
And I didn't have no face on, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
No face. This had barrel curls and them orange shorts.
As quiet as it's kept, bitch, there were moments, bitch, that I would be out looking like the Black Jesus with all his long ass hair with a beard, and them hoes would still be at the table talking about some ma'am. Now, first of all, so
well, you are voluptuous and curvy, and they look at that first.
Let's move on.
Whatever, honey. Well, I ain't got time for you.
I will say that speaking of that, Shayla, hey Shayla, out there, Shayla Orland Davis. I was on Chi-Chi's Live the other night, and she was speaking of, how a lot of the heterosexual women that she did not see, as far as like when it comes to the silicone and stuff like that, as far as the pump. She said, a lot of the women, as far as the stuff that you see now with women wanting cisgender women wanting to get their butts pumped and lifted and all that stuff. Like, all of that stuff came from as far as the trans community. Like, it wasn't like as far as a big thing until a lot of hetero cisgender women started to see that. And I thought that was a great point that Shayla had made, because once I got to thinking about it, I was like, you know what? Whenever you think about that, that's the first thing your mind goes to, because back in the day, I seen that from, that was pretty much the black the black market, where a lot of the trans
it still is
get it done in the basement.
It's still like I live close.
It's super big.
I live close.
It's something super big.
Yeah, I mean, you see women now. It's not everybody, but there's a lot of the younger girls and everything. They eyelashes way out to here, and they have the long hair. I mean, yeah, they'll get fillers. They'll do that. Everybody's getting that now.
I want to say something, y'all, and I want to say this with the utmost respect and love to all of our, genetic women. I really do. I really, really do. I remember a time, and this was in the 90s, when, and Jessica knows, bitch, we would go out, we would have them snuffleupagus glasses, bitch, because we would have on like 5 pair of the number 5s by Mac.
Number 5, yeah. Number 5, yep.
And we would have like all this highlighter on, girl, and we would paint our cheeks to the gods, honey, and we would just give you body with like the way that we used to do our bodies back in the day.
I'm about to step off for a minute.
Okay,
be right back.
Go get you some tequila too. We would use this foam and cut and bake to give our bodies what it is, right? So then, fast forward, you know what I'm talking about, girl, and we'll give you curves, right? Knock out them boy dents and everything. So then, fast forward to 2000. Now I'm seeing women go get butt injections and silicone injections, the same as the girls will go on the black web or off the black market to get fillers in their face, in their lips. And then, of course, all the tutorials, you have extremely exaggerated makeup now. I've never been a girl to do exaggerated makeup, only because for me, I feel like I'm like a damn fool. But for some people, that shit is fire, right? So I see the standard now for the masses of women who are adopting that culture. They're walking around with drag makeup on. Let's just be real. It's
but
drag
then they
makeup.
wonder why.
That's the norm. And I remember people telling me, why do you have so much makeup on? Well, bitch, why you have so much makeup on? You don't need all that. Your skin is automatically flawless. Flawless.
But they assume, I think a lot of them assume that that's what visually to the opposite. That's why a lot of them take and do it.
I just feel like it's a stretch. So now, here's what they've done. I'm going to tell you now what I feel. And this is my personal opinion. I feel like because the norm now is exaggerated makeup as a norm, now the girls, we really have a way in, bitch, because you really can't clock us from genetic women, because we all walk around with 8 tons of motherfucking paint on the barn now, bitch. We all now walk around with Sharon Williams on our fucking face, bitch.
Okay. Because you definitely was painted last night. Look, let me tell you, you was painted for the cheap seats last night.
Who you telling? All the way in the back.
I don't know about. I just threw off some lashes, bitch, and
I seen that contour and everything, just like you contoured tonight, sugar.
And just a little bit of like, you know.
You was giving complete first lady last night on the first pew.
Yes, on the pew with the pearls and everything.
And I don't know why the fuck I love. That's my thing. So for me, that's what it is. Spill It Boy. Let me tell you about somebody who paints though. Yes. I'm gonna call you out. Bitch, Spill It Boy gets on and that mugs be so goddamn perfect. I need Spill It Boy to do a tutorial too. That nose be on and you don't see the nose. Like it just flows flawlessly. So you have to be able to contour to where people can't see the lines of demarcation. And Spill It Boy. And then, bitch, the swipe left videos, yes. I'm promoting Spill It Boy, bitch, because I love Spill It Boy. The swipe to the left, bitch, and then you swipe to the left, bitch, and there's a whole nother look. I'm like, bitch, give me 5 motherfucking looks in one video. Bitch.
I love it. I love it.
I am here for it.
I love it. I really love it.
So when are we when are we gonna be doing this whole? You know what? I have an idea. We need to be doing a matchup for trans for whoever matchup. That's what we need to do.
A matchup? What do you mean?
Like
a dating matchup.
Yes,
you know.
Kind of sort of like how, someone else was doing it, but for, just for trans.
Girl, listen, I'm gonna let y'all do that and not participate, bitch, because listen, I don't need no.
We gotta have a hostess.
Well, let's go back to the.
And then let me tell you something, and I ain't gonna lie, and Bay, Silent Bay downstairs, no. If you get a trans man on that bitch, I'm gonna have to bow, bitch, because that's my kryptonite. That's something that I want.
Oh my God.
I want to taste the rainbow, bitch.
Oh my God, I cannot.
You can have mine for me.
Don't be playing with me. I won't, and Jessica knows. And
I don't want it. You can have it.
I want it. I want to get into those sensuous crevices, honey. And I want to act like
Lord Jesus.
I want to touch him on the inside part and make him scream my name.
Call on Jesus.
Shayla said she'll help. Shayla said she'll help out.
Y'all, let's talk about this. Wait a minute. Now, Shayla knows I love her. But when she finally added me on social media, bitch, I was up there stalking her page because Shayla, if I was straight, bitch, I would be coming for her. Okay?
Okay, Shayla is gorgeous.
Now,
what you want, bitch? Birthday bag, Louis, what you want, a household? That face is so, bitch, mugged. She's so goddamn fine.
She is gorgeous. And her spirit is absolutely just like, I love her spirit.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. But yeah,
I'm all about this. Let's do this little match. I'm all about it, but I need some good qualities, like some sense.
Are you gonna do you want us to be like the first like matchmaking contestant? We gotta talk about this offline. Like that would be cute.
Yes, we gotta discuss this out offline.
I think
okay, we'll do that. That would be cute. That would be cute. And anybody that wants to throw suggestions in the pot, or if anybody wants to talk to some of the single ladies or gentlemen.
So you're thinking more of a trans experience, right?
Yeah, either one. I'm kind of piggybacking off what Jasmine said. I'm just like, yeah, let's try it and see. I'm game. Y'all want me to get out there? Get out there.
You will be a judge, so you can't.
I want to be a judge. I really don't want to do the whole thing because I had my eye on a prize. I had my eye.
Well, if y'all have since I'm kind of new on this, I will come back into the conversation just so y'all can judge and see whoever can go out on a date with me. How about that?
Did you go get you something to drink, Jessica?
I don't want to talk about that.
Bitch, you went from a water bottle to a McDonald's cup. I feel like that's the spirit telling us that you would have got you some libations.
Bye, girl. Anyway.
Oh, so listen. I just want you to know that I am trying this for the first time. My Stella Rose.
My brother likes that.
Hold on, which one is it?
I bought 2 bottles. This is the tropical mango.
Yeah, she finished the other bottle last night.
Ooh. So you silently watching and ain't saying shit.
Ooh. Oh,
because that was church service. So you didn't say you watched the episode on the Anthony Brown show.
I watched it last night. Is Anthony still in here? Because I wanted to tell him I was trying.
He had a good point earlier, and I was looking at what he was saying. I'm trying to find it. Okay, y'all talk.
Philly Boy said Yo Golden Arch has secret ingredients.
Quit telling on me. Quit telling on me.
Okay, I need Philly Boy to join in on the live. I need Philly Boy to get on and say hello. Come on.
Why did I come in here? I should have known that it was going to be a bad idea to come in here with a McDonald's cup. I should have known.
I mean, bitch, I was just trying to make sure that you had libation so that your spirit can be fed.
No, it could be a Pepsi. I'm just saying.
I have while you saying waiting for him, I have a question for Jasmine. So just to kind of go back and touch on the other subject, like I wasn't trying to like.
Yes, I'm still single.
And I know it's a sensitive topic.
Yes, I'm still single.
Wait, what I did.
Huh?
What I did.
No, I just said I'm still single. I was waiting on you. I'm listening. A shine on the boba.
Well, seeing this side of you tonight, all dolled up and everything, had me feeling some kind of way. I'm just saying,
I mean, you should have been feeling some kind of way because you see,
bitch, them titties sitting.
Well, all right,
she's purring.
But the question I wanted to ask is that, have you forgiven the person that did that to you?
Oh, yes, healing. Let's talk about healing.
I had to in order for me to move on and to become me. So I had to. It wasn't easy. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I had at one time held a lot of anger, frustration, and I just felt like something was taken from me because it was my first for everything. That particular situation, it was my first for everything. So imagine losing your virginity to something as horrible as that. Right. Yes, I was hurt, but in order for me to grow from, I had to forgive. And you can't keep holding on to that in order for you to move to that next level, because you'll be stagnant. You'll stay there. And I refuse to stay there. I refuse to let somebody else have that kind of control over me. And I feel like that's what it was all about, is that taking back that control. So when I forgave that person, that's when I took back control.
Right. And excuse me. And the reason why I asked this is because on another live, I think it was.
I seen it last night.
Yeah, it was last night. I talked about briefly, molestation and stuff, and dealing with as far as like traumatic experiences. And I don't think I went into like depth with it, but there was a situation to where when I was 15 to when I became involved with a man that was almost 40 years old. And the reason why that happened is because of the fact that I was dealing with a lot of rejection from kids at school, my own family, my father in particular. And this person that was a friend of the family was showing me love. And because of the fact that he was showing me love, I took that and I embraced it because it felt good to me as far as inside. And this has been something that's took years of counseling for me to come and realize, as far as like to understand the why behind the why of the situation. But needless to say, the guy ended up, committing suicide. And that was something that I held on to for the longest after the situation happened. And the incident actually happened on Easter Sunday. And that's why, like, whenever Easter Sunday would come around, I've always been kind of like a little resentment towards Easter Sunday, because I was supposed to have been in church that Sunday, but I didn't go to church because of the fact that I was so upset and so mad with that, like the entire world, because at, like I said, at that particular point, I was dealing with like a lot of just like turmoil with my own family and stuff. And, just so happened I went to work. This person showed up at my job. He invited me to his house. We sat there and talked about as far as all of my issues that I had, in terms of like family issues and stuff like that. And just, feeling rejected and not understanding my identity as a person as a whole. And I guess I should have known something when I saw the candles lit everywhere, like me not being, naive, not knowing any better. But that's something that I know when you mentioned about, scent, that still resonates with me to this day. When I smell certain colognes and certain scents, I can't even like be in the same room because it's such a familiar, like it brings back and stirs up so many memories. But I say all of that to say that it took me years to find forgiveness, even though this person is no longer here on earth, because I was having nightmares thinking that, did this guy, commit suicide, because of the fact that, I ended up coming out to my mom and sharing with her that, this did happen, which ended up resulting in me having to be, go to the police, because of course, as her child, all she's, seeing is that, hey, my child has been violated. And so, being that this person was not out, and I think he was, in fear of being outed, it was just one of those things to where it was like I held on to that guilt of thinking that I had something to do with it. But what I had to realize is that he had, you know, pretty much touched and violated so many other people, particularly in my own school, because he was in the school system as a teacher and educator. So, you know, with that being said, I had to let go of that guilt and, you know, learn how to forgive myself. And it's like now for the first time in, like, I would say maybe up until like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I don't really think about as far as associate Easter Sunday with that, because, you know, it's like I've been able to move past it. I've been able to, you know, come into acceptance, and I've been able to also accept that, you know, this person can no longer hurt me, because I would never sleep at, you know, night, and I still do struggle with sleeping at night, because I do used to have such a fear of all of the people that have, you know, molested me or raped me. You know, I used to have such a fear of all of that coming back, like, to hunt me. Like, I used to always like look outside my bedroom window, because I would be so afraid that these people would come back and try something again, you know. So that's why, you know, I asked you that question, because I do understand, you know, how important, you know, the healing process is.
Before you answer that, Jasmine, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Billy Boy TV in, honey. And
hi, Billy Boy.
Hey, you all. What's going on?
Hey, Billy Boy.
Answer the question.
Well, it's not really okay. In order for you to move forward, you're gonna have to take that strength, that stronghold that that person or those people have on you. You're gonna have to take that back. And
right.
The reason why I say that is that you've done something that I never had an opportunity to do. But I won't say never had an opportunity to, but I chose to do it a different way. I never went to speak to, you know, to someone or being in counseling with someone until I went to Detroit. When I was in Detroit, the pastor that was underneath was more than a pastor to me. No matter pastor, he was more or less like a godfather that I never had. So he was of, you know, gay experience or whatever. So he was not practicing anymore or whatever. But I was able to sit and I was able to talk to him and explain to him some of the stuff that I went through. And I received a lot of positivity whenever I talked to him. And I was able to work through a lot of what went through with me, you know, through him. So but prior to that, like before I moved to Detroit and stuff, I had to take that power back from that one person. And it's easier said than done. And it's definitely steps that when you're ready to go through it, to do it, know that you're not alone. Know that, you know, I'm nothing but a click away, or eventually a phone call away, or eventually, you know, whatever. But you have a support system that's behind you. And it's so much easier when you know that you have support behind you that's going to stand there and irrelevant or whatever that's going on behind you, that you actually have someone that's there that understands what you're going through. Because you may not always find the right words that you want to take and put out there. You may not always have the right saying that you want to say, or the phrasing that you want to say. Sometimes you just want to have someone to just sit there and to listen to you and not say anything at all. Because sometimes being therapeutic is just speaking, just getting it off your chest, just letting it go and not say anything at all. You know, so I definitely understand where you're coming through and what you've been through. And that's why I was saying with Jessica, I understand all of that. It's a hard road and it's a hard pill to swallow when you feel like that you're the only person that's dealing with that.
Before you respond to that, Mr. 6'8", 6'20", 6'35", with we ain't gonna ask the other dimensions or assets of you. We would like to thank everyone for joining. We've got Billy Boy in the house and Miss Shayla, honey.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, Milan, bonjour. Listen, so before we get into that and Milan get to talking, honey, I posted some videos, y'all, on Instagram of my niece, whose name is Milan.
Yes.
And I was waiting for Milan to make the très jour, to make the relation between the two. Honey.
I seen the little girl and I was like, okay. And she was in there, she's trying to get her little drag, and I was like, I just fell in love with her. I'm looking at the videos, and then she called her along. I said,
yes.
I just got the phone off.
Yes, honey, that little girl is a diva. She's 9 now, but she's a diva today. Miss Shayla.
Hi.
What's up, love?
How you doing? How's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. Excellent, honey.
So, Spilly Boy, tell me about. So, I really want to have like a one-on-one with Spilly Boy one day, but you know, Spilly Boy is busy, y'all. So we got to make sure we plan it because you know, baby, she be on every set doing her thing. She's magnificent. But so, being that you come from the world of performing, etc., what has been your take in the dating world? Have you had? Do you find what is your dating world like? Considering that you do perform as well, how do you balance the two?
I don't.
Oh,
and that's part of why I didn't come on earlier.
okay.
I've been sitting here since you went live.
Yeah.
I was waiting on y'all, and I got my notification. And I was waiting on y'all, child. I was like, "Where they at? Come on!" But I didn't come on because sometimes it needs to be a trans experience, and I'm not trans, so I'm all bitch. So I know when to and when not to. I know that I'm always welcome to sit with you guys, but sometimes y'all need a table for yourself.
No,
to get your conversation, and the conversation was of such that I didn't need to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And then I was glad he's on this side when he came, because he was the support that was needed at the time, because you needed that male, that little testosterone piece, and the girls like him. So it was like perfect timing for him to come, but it wasn't time for me to come. The time for me to come was right now when I came with Shayla, when the conversation is starting to taper off to something else. But when y'all were talking about complete real live trans issues, I don't have trans issues because I'm not trans.
But you
and
don't.
It just was so good.
But do you
know? I mean, I know you outside.
But do you find? But what I wanted from you specifically, I know that. But I also remember, so a lot of times, even though you're not living from the trans experience, we tend to have shoppers in common.
Yes. And this is the thing.
You are so silly.
We do. Let's call them shoppers.
Really?
That's what they be doing. So, okay, this is the thing about me. I'm a gay boy. I'm a sissy all day. I'm just a sissy boy. That's me. And I play in the girl stuff and has a ball. And I love my trans girls. I love them. And that's because I just did. And then I grew up and they always took to me and they always were real nice to me. And I knew about the little friction between the trans and the drag girls, but I never had that. That wasn't me. I was like the little special one, and they just treated me nice, and I never violated. So they weren't ready to kick my ass, so I'd never violated. But when it comes to me and the dating thing, I put Milan really in the closet. I just literally put her away. Boys who are actually attracted to her used to freak me out. It would freak me out because I am. Oh yeah, I'll be like, no, baby, I'm a pop, dip, and twirl when the hawk come on. I'm gonna be doing high kicks and splits and shit. I'm not gonna be nothing that you want when I wipe her off my face. So I would completely shy away from it. So I've been out one time with a guy. He's older, and he was so infatuated with her. And I was like, I'm not what you're looking for. I'm not. I'm not ever going to be able to live up to what you want. I'm not doing this. I do this for a couple hours and then I'm gone. I've actually morphed into what y'all see. I was truly just stage and go. I've morphed into more of like a hostess and then like doing the talk show stuff and all of that. I was truly put the song on, let it play, bitch go perform, bitch gone.
Let the music play.
Yeah. And so now, my character, she's grown and she does more stuff. So now you'll see me like I do go to events and and stuff like that. For the longest time, I didn't have like regular girl clothes. No, I was buying and making stuff for like the show for Swipe Left. Girl, I had to go into wardrobe and start sewing stuff and buying stuff a year ago when I started doing it. Everything I had were gowns and dance costumes and stuff.
So let me tell you,
gowns.
Jessica, baby, let me tell you, she was a pageant girl. Okay, bitch.
Yeah. I knew it was coming.
I'm about to do it, bitch. I'm about to do it.
No. Experience. That's a different girl.
But listen, we have gowns made, give you presentations. Now y'all can say what y'all want to say about me, but bitch, I wouldn't dare do a pageant. She's like, bitch, I'm like, I don't want to do a pageant, but she would do it and be bodied down. I'm talking about the bell sleeves and the trails and the performance, and I will be right there, bitch, just giving her everything.
And that's a whole different world, right, Jessica?
It's a whole different world.
It's a whole completely different world. I had no use for a pair of stretch jeans. I had no use for
her.
I had no use for shit. I didn't even have a purse for like years. I didn't have a purse.
So the conversation we had, the conversation that Jessica and I had when she was like, listen, I'm not just a pageant girl, I'm more than that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The discussion we had, and it was just like, well, girl, how do I transition from that? Because bitch, I can't put on 5 wigs and all them like every day. I'm like, girl, it's different. It's a whole different experience.
Yeah, more comfortable. More comfortable.
It's definitely more comfortable. But that's what I wanted. That's why I kind of wanted you on, because a lot of times we do have the same shoppers. We have and I just wanted to know
with myself. I'm like, I can't. You see one of them? I can't give you what you want. I can't give you what you want. I can give you a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then we definitely ain't get ready to get down. If we get to a point where we get ready to get down, I ain't what you want.
So let me ask the room a question.
Uh-oh.
Something been stirring up inside of me. I just got.
Oh, let your spirit speak, girl.
So, okay, I am a bottom, straightforward. Let's just keep it 100. I've tried to do the whole topping thing once or twice, and it felt weird. And I just realized that's not my ministry. I'm just gonna keep it 100. So, how has everyone else figured out where their positioning was?
Well, I ain't got no choice.
That's not true, Shayla.
That's not true, because you can get into pegging. That's not true.
Taylor said you go ahead with that. She ain't doing that shit.
We know you do everything, Mr. 6'8". You fit in, you everywhere.
Come on, Daddy. I'm ready. Look, come on, Daddy. I'm right on top of you. Come on.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
On top of you.
I'm about to choke on these grapes.
But the wrong things to be
CPR
right there, honey.
But hold on. First, I know Solo asked me a question. I didn't watch him kill himself solo. I actually found out when I went to school the next day and somebody brought it up, but they didn't know I knew the person. But it just so happened that they brought it up, and that's how I found out to answer the question that I saw earlier. But with my experience, and I think because this is when you've been on too many lives, because I know I shared tidbits of like my sexual side online, but I can't remember which one. But basically, of course, I've never had as far as intercourse yet with a female. I did foreplay with a female, meaning that we kissed.
Excuse me,
What happened?
Am I the only one?
No, Savon always played in the little patty cake
girl
area.
Oh.
Which way is it, bitch? I'm just an equal opportunist, honey.
She's an equal opportunist.
But I mean,
I came close.
And she used to always look at me like, "Bitch, what the fuck is you doing?" I'm like, "Girl, just close your eyes."
I foreplayed with a female as far as like, you know, playing down there in the kitty cat and all that stuff. Like I've done all of that. I've also received head, you know, from a female and stuff like this. Like I said, I've dealt with that, but as far as like the full-on intercourse, it has not happened yet. The only reason why is just because of the fact that, the opportunity has not presented itself. Well, it did present itself one night. I think we all talked about that on the live, but I stopped because I didn't want to fuck with the friendship.
Yeah.
But
it would have happened that night. She was being nice.
But after that,
well, when you come to Florida,
I started off as a bottom, and I went from bottoming to when I started messing with my first bottom. And when I messed with my first bottom, that's when I really got like a taste of how it actually feels when you actually penetrate as far as another man. And you know, it's just something about, especially
so you like that power.
Like, and I hope I'm not sharing too much, but
no, like that power.
You're fine. Keep going.
When a man is like an actual like. And this may be like a weird fetish. I don't know. Tell me if it is. But like there was a masculine man that, you know, I had, you know, played around with or whatever, like a few years ago or whatever, and he was like an actual man's man. But I say all of that to say that to see that man go from being a man's man to full on just giving you this complete complete bitch. It was just something about it. It was just something about it that just like when I tell you, I ain't never been that turned on in my life.
It does something to your spirit.
It's just my spirit. I
be trying to tell you, she don't understand.
So it are we at hold on, because it's 9:51 here. It's not after dark yet. So at 10 o'clock, I have some other things to add to that. But
we started early. It's 10 o'clock here.
Oh, it's already 10 o'clock there.
Midnight somewhere.
Yeah, come on,
girl. Already started.
I mean, I understand that, and whenever I had that situation to happen, it was okay. I'm not gonna sit here in front the two times because I was involved with the person, so that's what my partner wanted. But as far as it's nothing like just like taking someone like him and just making him just squirm whenever I got done doing everything that I did to him, and just call me and be like, "Baby, you still at work?" I'm still at work. Well, I'm coming up on your job because, you know, I need some of that that the good old Felicia, you know.
Let me tell you, when I topped for the first time, there was a transference of power.
Oh, not me. I took mine back.
I received the power because once you penetrate someone, they immediately fall into, excuse me, Shayla, the bitch role.
Right. I'm sorry.
So then they want to make sure where you at, what you doing, are you at work? And I'll be like, bitch, listen, I was doing the same shit I was doing yesterday. Look, instead of saying pre-Christ, bitch. Pre-dick, bitch. I was doing the same thing I was doing yesterday before I gave you the dick. Don't start.
Doing her makeup.
I'm glad I didn't have that. I always been a bottom, and I do not. I get more bottoms hit on me. I don't understand why.
I started.
I get that.
Weird. That is so weird.
Yes. I'm just like, they be like, "You want to do this to me?" I don't want to see your butthole either. You know. So I get a lot of those.
Scared of being painted on.
Now we not talking about that part. Now I just learned what that was. Stop it. Do you know what it is, Jessica?
Yeah, I know.
How the fuck you know and not tell me, girl? I just have to be educated a week ago.
I can't say because we have a mutual we have a mutual friend that we know did that, so I cannot say.
Bitch,
was that the same?
I don't know this. What? How you been home?
Was that the same time I had to educate you about it?
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm not into mud and
we had a good Judy that was girl.
I'm not making mud pies. I can't. No. No. I'm sorry. I can't.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I've never done the whole mudding. I've never done the whole mudding, but have you ever like tapped so hard that you squirted a little pee?
Come on.
That's that happened.
Yes.
Wait,
that's happened. That's happened. Now.
For the people in the back of the church that do top, that has, bitch. What about when you fuck them, bitch, and they come while you fucking them without them touching themselves?
That shit feel good.
That's new to me, bro. I wish I could do that. I can't do it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie.
That's why they call me good.
You either have the talent to make it happen, or you have the talent of getting it.
Well, I guess I'm making it happen, girl, because
you're setting yourself up.
But it's something. I guess sometimes it depends on how heated you are with that person, how your attraction is with that person. Because with me, it has to be something about that person that I do the tinkle or I do the other one. So that's the boo-boo, but okay.
Times if it's good.
Right.
Well, I can't tell you what has happened to me. Somebody has hit me so hard from the back that I cried. And they was like, "Are you crying?" I was like,
that happens. I've done that before too. And they were like,
orgasm. That's that body orgasm.
But my thing is, you start crying and they said,
crying. Yes, Shayla, I was crying.
I mean, I'm not just crying.
I had to cry.
Me too.
Huh? That what?
That's happened to me too.
Girl, it ain't never happened to me. God damn it, I feel left out.
It happened. But
Shayla,
my thing is, I don't like.
Shayla.
I like dirty talk.
Go ahead, Jessica.
I was just saying I like the dirty talk, but when they start talking about make that pussy talk to me, I'm like, okay. Then I start laughing, and then I bust out laughing in the midst of it.
Hear shit she gotta say, bitch. Trust me.
I like that. Shayla, let me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Our sis in the window in the room.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been riding down the street or in the car in the Issamiyaki, because that's what I call me. They be in the Issamiyaki. Yes. Okay. So when they in there and then they they give you sign language when they getting you ready for that, and then you just make that that ultimate over the hill rush orgasm. Has it happened to you while you've been driving?
While you been driving?
Oh my goodness, honey. Y'all real free.
I'm an exhibitionist. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Not an exhibition. I want to know.
I need to hear this answer. I want to hear this answer. Has it happened?
No.
Why?
So Shayla.
Wait, I gotta get a better understanding of the question. Are you talking about just eye contact, or are you talking about somebody literally touching me?
Yes. So if you and your friend riding down the road, I'm sorry.
I've done that to a man where we almost wrecked the road. But
I've done that too. But
I ain't never got that in return.
What?
I ain't never got that in return.
Ooh.
So in other words, she ain't never had nobody to please her like that in return as far as going down the road, but she's definitely made it happen to somebody else where they almost wrecked their shit.
Well,
I mean, but to go back to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm not trying to be offensive. It's up to the individual because I like mine's calling is either Issamiyaki or pussy. So it's up to you, whichever way that you prefer yours to be called.
Well, my girl, her name is Keisha,
and mine is Josephine.
Josephine here.
We got Keisha and Josephine, bitch.
Josephine will talk
they like that foreign.
Not Josephine.
Yeah. She'll act up every now and then. I have to stop her. Like, girl.
Well, you know, Issa Miyake will take and turn around and, you know, run up that good credit because, you know, that's that foreign stuff.
Damn. Issa Miyake was from Germany. Remember when so-and-so said that, bitch?
You know, she imports it. So, you know, a little
Well,
dab
I
a day.
just call mine the tree trunk.
Bitch, you can't play like that. Because Mr. 6'8", you talking about some goddamn tree trunk and you sitting 7 foot tall, bitch. We already know you got an old nasty anaconda from the rainforest. We already know. That's why them hoes be tripping on your ass because you be laying that goddamn pipe. I can't even see pipe. I think that's a goddamn motherfucking skyscraper.
This is why
This is why
I'm gonna be very
over in the bushes.
You was over in the bushes just looking and lurking.
Very honest, though. I'm gonna be very honest. I'm gonna be very honest. The reason why I say that is because a lot of times you have what I call growers and then not showers. So
showers, you got showers and growers.
You also have a shower that goddamn grow.
Well, I'm definitely a grower. I can be trained.
I don't care what it is. I'll be looking. I'll look. I crotch watch. I ain't gonna lie. I will look at the crotch first before I look at anything. So down, and then I'm like, "How are you doing?" So yeah.
Go ahead, Jessica.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah. I've seen some growers and I've seen some shows, but oh Lord Jesus, when they both at the same, I guess too much.
So it's so funny because for me in Silent Bay, I've always been very transparent. I'm like, bitch, you go ahead and look at them titties, bitch, because I'm telling you right now, when you see me and I'm looking up there, I'm looking down there, bitch, I'm watching a crotch. I'm telling you right now.
Period. Bird
Don't
watcher.
get offended because I'm watching every crotch. I will see their crotch before I see their shoes and or face. I want to see their fruit basket. Where's that fruit basket doing? Do you have pineapples, orange, grapes, strawberries, or do you have peaches? I need to know what you got.
Or prunes.
If you have a prune,
well, you know, I use
take it back. I don't want no prunes. So he knows, and he'll watch me watching crotches, and he'll just shake his head. I said, "Bitch, but you saw them titties, and you saw that ass."
Yep, sure did. Mm-hmm.
I'm a crotch watcher.
Well, you know,
down here we call it bird watching.
Oh.
I used to be self-conscious about that because of the fact that, you know, I wanted to be one of those people that, you know, you could just, I mean, even though I do, of course, have the moments like, you know, that it'll like, you know, get semi-hard. And of course, you know, then it's going to like, of course, show the imprint. But I wanted to be one of those people that show like the balls, everything when you ain't even on hard. But like I said, when it's on hard, it's like, you know, it's a lot of thickness. It grows. But
here's the thing.
It's just like regular.
It's depending on the
underwear. With some people who have this, they don't have a lot of balls.
Well, I don't have a lot of balls. I will say that.
Exactly.
That's true.
And we know.
Right.
And we know.
Jasmine, are you okay over there, honey?
I'm good.
Jasmine,
I mean, you know, look, my picking season is coming soon, so I'm good. Soon as rain over, I'm in Atlanta.
What they say, if it ain't tight, it ain't right. Bitch, that's gonna be real thick.
But all I gotta say is, if whenever I come off, you know, this 5-year hiatus, you know, so I'm gonna have to really need an oil change.
Ooh.
Okay then for the oil change, but you know it's been a while, so like I said, don't come close, don't breathe on me because you might be in for a world of trouble. That's all I gotta say.
I never get into anything that I can't handle.
Hold on. Solo. Yeah. How I know what Solo? I think Solo is trying to ask how I know about 6 foot Mr. 6'8". It's called that sixth sense. And everybody knows we are old, tall, lanky somebody, baby. They usually got an old.
Well, you know, somebody had a conversation with me. Somebody had to have a conversation with me one night and tell me, they was like, you know what? They was like, you got too much dick to sit here and just be bottoming all the time, Tristan. So that's what actually like got me really intrigued with the other stuff. As far as like, I started thinking about what else could I do, you know, with these God-given gifts. So, you know, it was when that conversation happened with this individual that I had sex with, I got to thinking, they was like, you know, you got all these guys giving gifts, why not put them in use? I was like, well, hey, let's see what else can I do? And that's when I found out that, you know, it's actually more that I like than just bottoming. Like, bottoming is great, but it's not like it used to be for me. I used to enjoy it a lot, but now I don't really enjoy it a lot, only because of the fact that you have some people that don't know what the hell they're doing. And you know, I ain't trying to get torn apart. You know, I ain't trying to have no damn wires dangling out, damn booty inside out.
You're not trying to have your construction torn the fuck up. Jasmine, what would you like to say, love?
Yes, all I want to say is that, you know, since Mr. is talking, would you be content with dating just a bottom?
Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah, he just already said he ain't trying to fuck around being no bottom who don't know what the fuck they doing. He wanna dig deep into crevices. He wanna go DC fishing and dive into your ocean.
So basically, what you're trying to say is you wanna go deep.
So, Jessica,
you know what?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Jessica,
yes, ma'am.
You remember when I had my first experience topping with jail prison bay, bitch?
Yep.
Bitch, I just knew I was gonna go home and get
your debit toe up
and the dicking of my life, bitch. I knew he was sitting up there all buffed, sick, bitch. Everybody was trying to get him, and you know me, I'm so cool, suave, and complete, bitch. I'm paying him dust because, bitch, I'd be damned if I be a groupie. But on the inside, bitch, I wanted all the drama, bitch, all of it. Bitch, I told Jessica and my friends, I said, bitch, I'm finna go home, bitch. He finna get into these good damn, he finna do the damn thing. Bitch, I called him the next morning talking about some girl.
Yep.
The king was the princess, bitch, and the princess had to be the king.
She just got done riding dirty at it.
And since then, bitch.
Yep.
You like cell block, like cellmate, honey.
CB4, bitch. But if I'm in jail, bitch, I can play any role they need me to play, bitch.
But I will say that my only regret in life is that I really wish so bad that I would have had a kid by like the biological way, of course, as far as like with a woman. Like I wish that I would have went ahead and had a kid by now, and that way I would not have to go through what, as far as, you know, adopting and all of that stuff. As far as
I feel that. I feel the same way. Yes, sir. I feel the same way. I wish I'm way older now, so I do now wish I had children. So.
Well, listen, I got ovaries to spare for everybody.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, you were doing everything that you needed to do prior to, so you can find someone that's mature, that's ready to settle down and have the things, that's already went through the parenting classes and is already a certified foster parent.
Oh, that's right.
Right. And I will say that if I do you know, as far as have a kid now at this particular point, if it's not with a woman, you know, I will say that I would definitely adopt one as a baby. I would not want to adopt one as far as, you know, not that it's anything wrong with that. It's just that I want the whole entire experience from start to finish with parenthood. That's the only reason why.
I mean, I understand that. That's why I went through and I did the whole parenting classes, and because I wanted to have kids, but previously, everybody may not know, but you know, being on hormones, it does take and deplete your testosterone and stuff in your system. So right now I'm rendered sterile, so I can't have kids of my own. So my next step is to actually adopt. So that's what I plan on doing within the next couple years. Before I get too old and I can't run behind no children, then I'm gonna have to hire a nanny like a rich white woman.
Right now, I was just
gonna say one of the reasons why I'm also scared is because, you know, I have sickle cell anemia. So I don't know if like everybody understands how that can be genetically transferred. You know, if it's like a 50% chance offspring that the child could get the actual disease. So that's my only concern, is that I would be scared of, as far as my child having what I went through as far as, for the past 10 years, because it is hell on wheels. And I just would not want a kid to go through that if they ended up coming back positive for sickle cell anemia.
Yeah.
So you have sickle cell anemia?
Yeah, I have the entire like SS disease. Like it's not the trait, it's the like the actual disease itself. Mm-hmm.
Did they already tell you that if you have kids that they're gonna have the full blown thing, or are they just gonna have the trait? Because my dad has sickle cell anemia, but I just have the trait. My daddy ain't gave me nothing in my life but his disease. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, see, back then, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when right before I was born, they did not do genetic counseling that like they do now, to where they're actually like test both parents to make sure that they don't have like the actual trait. Because see, my mom and dad both have the trait, which is how I ended up with the actual disease. My brother, he does not have it. Like it bypassed him. My brother is older than me, so it bypassed him, but I caught the actual, as far as I have the entire, SS. So if I get with a female, hypothetically speaking, and we have kids, if that person does not have the trait, or if they don't have the trait or the disease, there's a more probability in percentages that child won't come out having the trait or the disease. Whereas if that female has a trait, or if that female has the actual disease, there's, like I said, a high probability that they probably will have either the trait or the disease. So it's kind of like it increases the chances of it happening. So that's like been one of my biggest things that's kind of like helped me off, because like it's even with now, like even though I'm doing much better, but like I went through all my 20s was nothing but pure hell. Like I was born with sickle cell, but I didn't have any issues until I hit 19. So all my 20s, like it's just been like pretty much in and out of hospitals. As far as having to be on, medication, like it's been rough. So it's just been something that I also take into consideration, that maybe adopting would be better for me.
And then sometimes that those traits do take and skip over generations before they come back out again. Yeah. So just like Shayla was saying, she has the trait of it, but it hasn't happened. So it may skip her whole complete generation, but once it's in your DNA, it's in your DNA.
Right.
And I wish a lot of people would take and actually, figure out the different things and then educate themselves before,
Right.
Y'all, did y'all see Hillary's comment?
What happened?
Hillary just let the whole goddamn shit happen.
You know what? I am not saying Hillary. I am not saying Hillary at all.
Hillary said they thought I had sickle cell when I was a child, but because my dad had it. Come to find out he wasn't my dad. Well, bitch.
You know what?
Thanks, Mom, is what's up with. Thanks, Mom. I know.
Oh, damn.
Y'all, when I tell y'all, this has been a true key. Y'all realize we had 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like
this has been awesome. I like this.
How you feeling, Jessica? Y'all, Jessica
is nice.
This is her first live with us. Y'all have seen her in our old videos, bitch.
Yes.
How you feeling, boo?
It's good. I like this. This was nice. It was nice meeting all of y'all and everything.
Your ass hurting from sitting yet?
No, actually, no. Actually, well, I got up earlier, but no, actually, no. I feel fine.
Are there any questions that anyone want to ask?
On one of my lives, I did a 5-hour live one night, honey.
Bitch, don't say
birds were chirping.
If y'all haven't,
James, don't leave. I'm like, I'm the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna talk about y'all. Y'all need to join Spilly Boy TV seriously, and join, and then also subscribe, because listen,
like, share, and subscribe.
Because listen, the cleanup.
You just want to.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Spilly Boy, I got a question.
Yes.
Boy, I came on. Remember when I came in your live the other night? So I
yes, and I was embarrassed.
Getting caught up. What is the cleanup series?
Hold up, Mr. Why was you embarrassed?
Because he was sitting over there in the chat, and I seen him, and I was like, doing what I did.
Yes.
And on. It was like, I've never been here before.
But I loved it though.
I was like, oh, so you didn't know I was a messy bitch.
Bitch, I won't listen. While I'm giving you the floor, because baby, I see the cleanup and I watch it, but I'll be honest, I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck is the person that's reporting the news.
Right.
I need that.
Right.
Because we want to know, because we want to see that shit, because we want to see your response. Because bitch, you be on key. You be on.
Well, I'm not ready to give that bitch any.
Don't give her nothing.
I'll email you.
I just want you, just because we're not trying to give that hoe no more likes and views, right? I need to make sure I keep up.
But everybody who give me some drama and ain't telling the truth, they end up on the news cleanup.
I love it. I support it 100%, bitch.
I like it. I was left my ass on. I thought it was funny.
It happened by accident. I ended up in a beef. And the beef.
It happened.
The beefs usually go on 2-3 weeks, sometimes 2 or 3 days, but at the most 2 or 3 weeks, and then the people are done with each other. But I'm a little different. If you fuck with me,
we beefing for life. Cardi B.
Either you leave me alone, or you'll find out that my stamina is amazing.
Ooh. Come on, stamina.
Ooh,
that's what happens. We just been beefing, and that's what
we just flip on that one.
I need a man with a slow hand.
But I'd rather do this stuff than do the news cleanup. I'd rather do the other stuff I do than the news cleanup. But sometimes you just have to cuss a bitch out.
I do love everything. Everything. My favorite, my favorite is swipe left, because bitch, you give me everything with the swipe left. I said, wait a minute, bitch, what? Did you just what? Excuse me? Excuse me? You just switching up on me, girlfriend. Yes, ma'am.
Swipe left. Fun.
I'm there.
Fun.
I love it.
Eventually, the news cleanup will go away, though. It'll go away. When I get that, when I'm done beefing and fussing and arguing, the new news cleanup will go away.
Everything you do. Everything you do. And Shayla, honey, we always end up in it. So, Miss Jasmine, as I was saying, Shayla and myself, we always end up in the same chats, bitch. I guess we don't have time.
Hanging in the bush.
We be in the comments talking about some, hey sis, welcome.
Well, the reason why I had said something to Savon and Jessica off camera was I went to the Anthony Brown show last night, and I enjoyed the topic that was in hand last night. And shouts out to Anthony Brown for having that. I had went in and I was going to, whenever they had opened it up for everyone to have a comment or whatever to say, and I had went into there twice, and both times I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go ahead and continue on with it or whatever, because some content creators that I have watched from afar without subscribing to their channels, but I went through their, some of them, they don't like over the top personalities, and sometimes I do give that, and then sometimes I feel like that I didn't want to be that girl that comes in to try to take over somebody else's platform. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm the rookie of everybody that's on the screen right now, and I'm the first one to
Jasmine saying, bitch, I don't have a page.
I mean, I don't even have all my stuff set up yet, so that's where I'm just saying I'm the rookie of the book. But okay. I do see everyone. I see Shayla, and I see Mr. 6 Foot, and I see Spilly Boy. And, we all have common people that we go and we visit and we patronize and we see or whatever like that. But I do feel like sometimes that whenever they have the link open to and you go on there, sometimes it's not appreciative of the thoughts or making you feel some type of way of coming onto their life. So that's what I was asking them offline. I was like, well, damn, I wanted to come on there, but I felt like that it might have been perceived. I tried to twice, but when I found out, about the technical problems. I couldn't get on there to voice my opinion, but then I didn't want to be perceived as, every time, she sees somebody, she's trying to get on there to talk or whatever. And it's not that I'm promoting anything. It's just, I'm trying to get my experience together so I can get myself together. You know what I'm saying? As far as my time.
You were promoting it.
But that's my, and you know
we
what?
all doing the same shit. It's just, what do you do that's different? Now we all do the same shit. So all I'm going to say to you, go ahead, Savon.
What? No, I was going to agree with you, Spilly Boy TV. What I told her, it was funny. I told her I felt the same way. However, if I click the link and they let me in, then at that moment, they're letting me in. But what's so funny? A lot of people didn't even know I had a channel. I didn't really go out there to promote my channel because I was at that point. I was supporting them, and I wanted to stay on topic. With what they had. So a lot of people didn't even know I had a channel. So I was like, girl, if they're opening the link and you have something to contribute.
Yeah, right. And I don't open mine up off. I'm funny about my platform and opening it up. Sometimes I'll do callers. Sometimes I'll do this whole open thing with the StreamYard. When I open it, I open it. It is what it is. You don't know who's coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to moderate. So I never worry about. Nobody's going to come over and out James me. So I don't worry about that. And you shouldn't worry about that. Go on, do what you do, say what you have to say. Now, what I will say, you're in the bushes first. Before you ever make the decision to go on the platform, you're in the bushes watching. Watch your surroundings. Watch that. Know what it is that you can handle. Because some places, like my place, I feel like my space is a safe space. Anthony's space yesterday was my first time in there. I felt like it was a safe space. Everywhere ain't safe.
Okay.
True. So just pay attention to what's going on around you. Everywhere ain't safe. You get on, and the chat will let you have it. Sometimes I'll do call-ins. And people will call in on the phone, and people be in the chat. So our next caller, get the bitch off of there. I'm trying to, be like, now y'all know better than that. But in some chats, that is completely, they allow that.
Yeah. So, and I was on somebody's, I'm not going to mention who it was, but I had went on to someone's for like the very first time, and I kind of sort of felt that vibe without it being thrown to me. That's why I'm cautious now of who, I entertain with my spirit, because I do have I have an overtop personality at times, but I know when to tone it down, because that's an art of being in the entertainment business. You have to know your craft and when to be extra and when not to be extra.
Right.
Like tonight wasn't one of those nights to be over the top extra, because we were dealing with serious issues.
Bitch, I needed you to be extra. Hold up. Wait a minute. Back up, bitch. Don't be holding back for me, ho. No, ma'am. This is a safe.
I wasn't holding back.
This is Savon's experience.
Right. And the Savon experience, we support all. I'm extra as fuck, bitch. So, and I feel like this. I feel like we all have a lane. You are Jasmine. I'm Savon. I'm going to bring what Savon brings. Jasmine is going to bring what Jasmine brings. Spilly Boy is going to bring what he brings. Mr. 6'8" is going to bring what he brings. And Shayla and Jessica will bring what they bring. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got some extra people though that come in. That when she talking about extra, I know some bitches that come up in the chat and just start cussing everybody the fuck out.
Oh, I hadn't experienced that yet. Wise one.
Girl, child will come in, change the topic, get the cussing people out. Next thing you know, there's 5 videos about that chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 different videos from different channels where people have seen it and the shit that pop. You know what I'm talking about, Jasmine. It goes down in the streets. I'm saying. Just watch your surroundings. You'll get a feel for where it is safe to share. And
but Jasmine, you can come on my live anytime.
Jasmine ain't all soft and cushy.
You're right.
She could be a little quick what she needs to be.
And
you'll know which Jasmine to serve. That's all.
But see,
if you feel like that day, get up on the live and cuss some bitches out.
And see, here's my thing. If somebody get on my live doing that foolishness, I'm gonna cuss them the fuck out loud. We all gonna go viral. That's how I feel about it. Bitch, we all first of all, don't call my people
out James me over on my platform. Duh. You'll be fine. But Jasmine know what to do.
Hell, I was scared to come on Chi-Chi's platform when I first came on because I felt like that, my personality wasn't, even though I have a bubbly personality, but I still was scared as hell when I first came on Chi-Chi's platform.
Chi-Chi runs his platform. Chi-Chi ain't gonna let Chi-Chi won't let nobody out Chi-Chi him. He's not gonna let nobody take over.
I love Chi-Chi.
Okay, so
Chi-Chi reminds me of my late best friend Anthony, and Jessica knows who Anthony is. My late best friend. So, bitch, I understand, bitch. I love me some Chi-Chi, and I'll say this right now for anybody who's watching. You can say what you want to say. The bitch is authentic. I love her where she sits and where she's at. And people can be in the comments, and you'll see me the first and foremost saying, "Bitch, don't try it. Don't try it," because she's authentic, and you don't find that everywhere. So, and whatever she's at, and whatever energy she meets you in, she's still authentic, and she will remember the next day. So don't play. Don't play.
Anthony Brown, you are so silly. I just saw your comment.
There's some things that's better left said off camera, not on camera, to give somebody less to talk about. Yeah. But that whole little situation, yeah.
Okay, girl.
I was piggybacking off of what you said, Savon. I wasn't piggybacking off of what Mr. Anthony Brown was saying, because that was already locked down anyway, about 2 sessions ago. We just waiting for the corona to be over with so we can actually meet face to face.
That part, and I'm ready for it.
Did you see that? I saw a photo today of, it was in Georgia, and there were some folks literally lined up in the parking lot to go into the nail salon.
Hold on.
Ridiculous.
I believe it.
And was it nothing but black faces?
Absolutely.
Hey, what are y'all doing?
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have been one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I just had to pull off them nails, and that hurt. I had ombre nails. For real.
I went to the store to get some stuff, Shayla. I went to Sally's. I said, let me go and get me some acrylic and whatnot so I do my nails. I get to the Sally's. Sally said, fuck you. She was at home.
Now,
so I thought about it. I'm like, it is professional. I need my license to go in to get the stuff. Yeah, they
However, well, no, not at Sally's. At Sally's,
you have a Cosmo Pro anywhere near you, a Cosmo Pro. They are doing, some locations are doing curb service. So you call in, you tell them what you need, and they'll bring it out to you, because I've done some of those things because I'm still servicing wigs and things of that nature. So I still need product, right? So I'm able to go and get what I need and then bring it back to the house and service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been out the loop so long. I'm licensed. I just out of the loop, child.
Let me know what you need, boo boo. Shayla said, listen. Okay, let's talk about them.
Yeah. I had to take mine off, girl. I had to. And my fingers will never be the same. It was horrible.
I had to tell my clients, I said, listen, because my shop still closed down, I can't do nothing. So I told my clients, I said, listen, I'm gonna suffer with y'all, but I'm getting ready to lead them bitches in the back because I can't.
I couldn't suffer with my clients. I'm sorry. I went into the arsenal and pulled out them wigs and I started curling the fuck out. I'm gonna take this one off tomorrow because she's been on for 2 weeks straight, and that's the longest I've ever worn one. Take her ass off. I'm gonna give Bob realness like you, Shayla. Put her on, and I already have the next unit already ready to get her together. Like I cannot. Yeah. Jessica actually sent her wig to me. I have a unit I need to highlight and do some things for her, because bitch, when y'all see her next time, bitch, she might be giving you Rapunzel. I'm just
honey, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was in there messing with wigs when y'all were on screen earlier.
But the one that I said I need her, you know which one I'm talking about, bitch. Bitch. She said
the nails.
She's the wig that Milan Trezura had on, honey. On the swiping left. Bitch, she gave us blonde ambition, and then she gave us honey blonde highlights and length, bitch. I was like, bitch, I need that wig. She's everything. She's everything. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just saw that comment about the liquor store. I just went to the liquor store today, and they didn't have no mask on. Everybody was in there. Even the people working behind the counter didn't even have no mask on.
They don't care.
So, get those people lined up like that, Jessica. It's crazy to me.
Oh, wait.
It is kind of wild. It is wild. Because I was like kind of shocked. I mean, I was like, I guess they thought because they drink liquor or something. I don't know. It kills it. I don't understand. I mean,
no, I'm scared. I'm not even going to tell nobody no lie. I'm in my 5th year, November. Everything's fine. In November, I'll get to ring the bell. And everything has been really good. And I feel great. My sister was supposed to be cool, but I ain't willing to put the bitch to the test.
I don't blame you.
I'm not. I mean, child, I did 5.5 months of chemo. And I ain't even trying to go back.
No.
I ain't go through all that for Corona to fuck me up.
Speak
right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I just can't see it. I locked myself up before they even locked Pittsburgh up because we were the last ones to lock up shit. I was so up in this house. I was up in this house like this.
It is scary. It's scary because like going to the I still go out to like McDonald's or something. But when they come out with that glove and you see that big black mask, it is kind of spooky. I mean, it throws you kind of off a little bit, and I'm like,
that's about it. I'm going to the, I've had to go to the post office because again, come on, I'm running a business there. I've had to go to the post office.
Yeah.
But nothing, just to be out. No, trying to get some nails done now.
It ain't that serious.
You, like, so, I just can't. I'm just sorry. I just can't.
I really don't want to do press ones, and I'm tired of doing my show with little puppy feet. But
bitch, they still cute. We ain't
cross my hands. When I ain't got them, I'm gonna be like, child, look at them puppy feet.
I agree. This whole shit is scary. And I had clients. So in Nashville, they said initially they were gonna open up the weekend, and I told my clients, I said, listen, I won't be available this weekend. And when I do open up, understand it's gonna be one person at a time. I'm checking temperatures at the door, and I got a mask up. Don't play with me because I can't be here to serve you if I'm dead, bitch. So I'm not.
Exactly. You'll be somewhere in somebody else's house trying to get pregnant.
I got too much to live for. However, they did change it and said they're doing it in phases here. There's a phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it depends on how phase 1, and even when they get with the phases, what I said. Okay, I'm checking your temperature, boo boo. When you come in the door, whenever I do open up, so that's gonna feel.
I still think it's too early. I think it's too early.
Yeah,
I think it's too early as well.
And then
because if they make that second wave happen too soon, it's gonna be really bad.
Agree.
Yeah. The checker story I did on Swipe Left.
Bitch, wait. Oh, bitch. What? Did I miss it? When?
It's on because I did 2 parts. There's 2 parts. So, at the Checkers, there was a guy pulled up to the Checkers. He basically walked up to the window and told the people who were working in there to come to the window, and they were like, yeah, and he's like asking them how much they make an hour and if they were struggling and that kind of thing. Like, yeah, and he gave everybody $10,000 a piece. There were 4 people.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I did see that.
$10,000 a piece.
I did see that. So he gave out $40,000 that night, and he gave out $10,000. Bitch, I did see that. I saw that last night.
I would last week. That's awesome. It was just a feel good story, and I had so many
some of that
weren't that were like, look, this happened and that happened, and I just wanted to end with that. It was a feel good story.
I mean,
that is a very feel good story. Yeah.
Now, well, Hall talking about
he was cute and he had mouth.
He was fine as hell.
He was cute. He was cute. I said, so I didn't know what he came to the window for, but I was like, well, all right.
About securing the bag.
You buy checker?
Securing the bag.
You buy checker? You buy checker? I got checker for you. You buy checker?
I checked. And they were like, "Oh my God, we love you!" And they at first they were sitting and they were like, bro, what you?"
Yeah, I mean, because when people start asking questions like that, like, get out of here, child.
I mean, I like my job and all, but what you trying to get at?
The Checkers, I'd have taught him something new, honey. I'd have taught him how to play backgammon.
Oh no.
What about that video that came out? You know, they've been doing the drafting for the past 3 nights.
Mama said
NFL.
Don't do it.
The draft.
What is that?
That's coming on my next show.
The football draft.
The NFL draft, yeah.
Yeah, the NFL draft, and this girl was sitting on one of the guys' laps who was getting drafted. And
bitch, and the mama moved her ass.
Yes, moved her ass.
She said,
moved her ass out of him.
Get your ass up. This ain't about you.
Get your ass up.
His face move. That shit was fun.
When I tell you, I bust out laughing.
She wasn't nice at all. She was in the moment, honey. She gave her honey.
Said, and when your ass get done, you still signing a prenup, bitch. Move.
Right.
He yanked her right up off his
I don't have to worry about that, do I?
He knew what time it was. He just looked and
right. He just looked right
on with the moment, honey. He didn't say nothing.
I'm not gonna have to worry about that, am I?
Worry about what?
Getting moved to the side when I'm sitting on the lap.
I would never move you, Jasmine.
Let me tell you something. I am a supporter of both contracts. Contract with the marriage and the prenup. I need the prenup first because it secures you when you get in a long-term situation and
whoever wedding is in, I'm gonna be in it. So not put me at the don't put me at the snack bar. I ain't hosting nothing. I'll be a bridesmaid.
What you talking about, Jessica? Hold on, Spilly.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to get. If somebody gonna get married on this show, I better be in the damn wedding. That's all I got to say. I don't want to be a host. I don't want to be in the host though. I'm not hosting and I'm not serving. Let me be a flower girl or something. Honey.
You might want to be the hostess, Jessica. I don't want to be the bridesmaid because I don't want to wear the same dress as the rest of the wars.
Girl, that's honey. I'll take a dress and sew it or whatever if I need to add some stuff to it, and I could use it more than once. Honey, scissors. We do some stitching. We add some pieces on it. I'm gonna use it more than once.
I just want to know this. If I got $2 to my name going into the marriage, bitch, I still want them $2 when I leave. Now, whatever we make together, we gonna have an agreement before we fall out of love and get ignorant as fuck. Because everybody know when you fall out of love, you ignorant as hell. You want to hurt that bitch to the core.
Yeah,
so I believe in prenups. Let's talk about this shit while we love each other and we fair. And it's not for them. It's for me. I'm petty as fuck. And I will try to take
it turns petty. It does get petty.
So you need protection from me.
Speaking of prenups, did anybody watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta and damn?
I'm going to start talking about
I'm so sick of Mama Joyce's ass. Here she go again with the bullshit.
Who?
Always. She need to sit down somewhere.
Candy and
she needs to sit down. I need her to sit down.
I mean, first of all, listen. Y'all already know, honey, if Shaquasha asked to come out, she would. But Candy need a prenup for her damn mammy. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sick of her.
That's true. I think her mama overstepped. Her mama overstepped.
She ran through a bunch of Candy's little money with that little house. She gave her mother that house, and she tore the house up.
Fuck the house. The gambling, bitch. The gambling.
The part that
I can see her sitting at a slot machine too, just steady going.
Hell
Just
yeah. If Candy was my daughter, I would be too, bitch. So I'm just saying, and I love Candy's disposition because she is respectful to the core. How
she gonna lose her marriage?
Okay,
fuck around with her mama.
But she's like her aunts. She gonna be the fourth one. At the
and what we not gonna do, we all now look. Me and Spilly Boy both do reviews, and Shaquasha hate when I talk about motherfucking Ken and Kenya. But bitch, I gotta say what I gotta say. Bitch, Kenya is a phenomenal businesswoman. How the fuck you marry somebody with a goddamn prenup? Bitch, I'm sorry. Shut it up. You know
I don't like her. Oh, she messy. She messy as hell.
You know better.
I think nobody deserves to be treated the way that man treats her. That man don't like her at all.
First of all, he didn't know.
I still think he gay. I still feel like he gay. Period.
You feel like he was?
I feel like he gay.
Period.
He is mean as hell. He don't like Kenya. He like that baby, but he sure don't like Kenya.
I think that man is the one that Kenya paid the most.
Oh, she don't come in here, girl. Don't come in here.
Give me real bitch ass all day.
Really?
I'm trying to tell you.
Shayla didn't mean that, Shaquan. Chill out.
I'm trying to tell you that it's that dick that'll make you do it.
He looked like he.
I'm sorry. I just think Kenya's getting what she deserves. As much as she meddled in everybody else's business, Karma's a bitch.
Karma plays a
That's all. I mean, she meddled it, but now, like the whole comment about the wig, like, bitch, you wore a wig. I mean, that's not messing up your brand.
Bitch, we all wear wigs. First of all.
Right.
Now, Shaquan, stay where you at, girl. I got it. Her flower.
I ain't got time for that, girl.
She get on them goddamn interviews and them motherfucking confessionals with them flyaways. I need her to use Kenya more hair care. Kenya more hair care.
She is using it. That's why her hair look like that. Her product
garbage.
Shaquasha gonna get us all. I'm just saying, ain't none of y'all protected from Shaquasha. This is my sheet of this bitch.
She don't want none.
Shaquasha is
want none.
She don't want none.
Kenya is a mess. Kenya needs to sit down somewhere with her ashy feet.
Okay, so this has been the Savon Experience. I would like to thank you guys. I would like to thank you guys for joining the Savon Experience because Shaquasha is coming here and show the fuck out. I just
came. Well.
And Jessica, you know better, bitch. You met her. You doing too much.
Yeah, I met that old crazy heifer. I ain't scared.
Okay, so listen.
That little reunion goes.
I'm wondering how they. So you think they're gonna do it
they
like
had it Thursday?
They're doing it just like StreamYard. Like Andy's gonna be on the screen, and then they'll pop the girls on and pop them off.
I can't wait.
Just like this, they had it Thursday. Candy said they had it Thursday, and it looked just like what we are now with all of the people on the screen. How they would on the sofa.
Pam, Kenya Moore is malicious. You will have your moment, bitch. You spend a night. You can record later, bitch. But right now it's my shit, y'all. Kenya Moore is malicious, bitch, and she don't like when hoes come for her ass and do the same shit that she do.
Right. Yeah, she can't take it. She can't take the shit. She could dish it out, but she cannot take it.
I'm team motherfucking Nene, bitch. That's it.
Nene do the same thing.
She do, but I'm still team Nene, bitch. I'm team rich, bitch.
Team
I'm
rich.
gonna tell you something. I don't like Nene, and I'm gonna say why.
Okay, so this is
Shayla. Me and you was cool.
Shayla's leaving now because she don't.
Shayla, me and you was cool.
No,
tread lightly. Tread lightly.
I have a very legit reason.
Okay, tell me why.
Tread lightly.
Okay.
Tread lightly.
We got you, bro. What's up? Why, girl? What's up?
Okay, so there was a girl from my home city, from Youngstown, Ohio, who was down there that was living in Atlanta and who was doing Nene's makeup. Now you would think because the girl is from a small city, like she does really well at the makeup. Why wouldn't you just give her a shout out on Instagram or something? And then it's like I felt bad because I'm like, this girl just trying to make it, and she was so excited to do the lady makeup. And it's just like Nene just stepped all over her little feeling.
What did she do?
She tagged somebody else that did now the girl from Youngstown had did her makeup. Nene put up a photo of that same makeup
and tag somebody
else.
Dog face, bitch. I'm sorry. I love Nene, don't get me wrong. But bitch, you better not take my work and tag some other hoe who ain't done the work.
Yeah,
bitch, I will come up with a video and I will prove that bitch. You okay. Shaquansha, girl, I got it. Bitch, you know I live for it, but I ain't living for them thin ass wigs that she got. Oh.
That's what I'm finna say. I don't like your wigs either. They are for thin and wispy.
Let me stop, bitch, because I'm trying to meet these bitch, and I'm sick gonna tell her hoe if them hoes ain't 200 motherfucking density, bitch, don't come to me with no wispy ass wigs.
When I say I can see the refrigerator behind your motherfucking
bitch. Okay. Now, first of all, let's be very clear. Every wig that I've ever bought, I've had to add tracks to it because I like a certain density.
Like, yeah.
A little weight.
So when she what is it? Color me wig, bitch. I'm sorry, ho. If them wigs as wispy as the ones you got, I don't want any of it. I got you, Shaquansha. I'm not on my practice time.
Wispy.
Now, Shayla.
Jasmine, what you was about to say, Jasmine?
Now, Shayla, me, you was cool and everything. We still cool.
But you gotta admit that was wrong, though, Jasmine.
No. She was right. That's why I said we still cool. I get
you like me
now. No, me and Nina, we have an understanding.
I do too. I like Lamia.
You know, we have an understanding. She like big checks. I like big checks too, but I like big things that go with the big checks.
And this bitch is a tall bitch. I like a big old tall bitch. So this us too. I love her. Her and her goddamn everlasting levels of motherfucking capes and gowns and and t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. No, but then I do understand though. Whenever you do the work, you want the recognition of the work that you do. So I'm not mad about that at all.
She wouldn't have liked that if Greg had kept on coming down to the strip club and took off the pole.
If he had invested that initial, how much? 300,000. I gotta use a restroom on that because bitch, it was 300,000, and he talked about that shit on that talk show.
And he said, "I want it back."
He was mad at her. That was so. I didn't like when he did that though. I was like, Greg, that was so out of order.
Yeah, because he turned into a whole female with that. I was like, oh, so bitter.
But how many of the husbands on the Housewife have done foolish stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They sit up there and they do their dirt, but then they turn around and they want to take and throw their hands and hide. They want to throw a rock and hide their hands whenever they're taking and doing it.
Peter,
the work. Well, I'm thinking of a different show. I'm on a different show.
Patricia.
Peter.
So y'all, whenever this is all said and done, we should do like a trip to Nolans.
Ooh.
We should try to get something like that. I
always wanted to come to Nolans. I still want to come to Nolans.
Yeah, it was fast moving. Yeah. I said, I thought I was pretty progressive. I had to dip. We were on Bourbon Street. I had to dip into the gay bar, honey, to catch my breath. It was moving so fast. I said, I thought I was pretty fast, honey. There was a whole lot
of serious. Yes, New Orleans is something.
You wouldn't go to New Orleans, girl.
I'm kind of scared to go to New Orleans, though.
Listen,
because when I went to my first time in Vegas, everything is alcohol.
Yes.
I have a problem where I get around a lot of alcohol and I want to drink it all.
Me too, girl. That's all I do when I'm in Vegas. As soon as I get off that motherfucking plane, I gotta
get off the plane and grab your first drink.
I did because when I got to Vegas, they got a liquor store in the airport. I went straight to the liquor store.
And I had a liquor, I had a drink in my hand for when I got off the plane until I got back on that bitch to go back home. The whole time.
I have family out there. I've never been.
You haven't been to Vegas?
It's fine.
Don't go right now because the mayor is stupid and she don't give a fuck about people's lives right now. Don't go right now.
I won't be. If I'm going somewhere, I'm not going until next year. So
because to go at the end of March. I was the last week of March. I was going.
Me too. I was supposed to be.
Oh my God! You gonna show your three girls,
and I was supposed to also be there the first week of June. With neither of the two, I'm gonna be able to make.
Oh no, I was gonna burn up in that.
Oh my God! Well, see, y'all. I'm usually there every 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
So I know what it's like in June. However,
yes.
I'm waiting because COVID-19 is not playing. But when you go, Philly boy, you let me know because I'm holding my motherfucking credits, bitch, because I'm going.
Okay. Oh, girl, I love Vegas.
It's my second.
We need to get an old YouTube. We need to get an old YouTube. Let's see. Ponderosa together and do something like that. I wouldn't mind going to Vegas.
I have been posting.
Remember, I was part of the original.
Because I have been in
the original Vegas game.
You know what? Because I've been in withdrawals of Vegas, I have been posting my old Vegas videos.
I saw that.
Bitch.
I seen that with you and your sister.
That's who normally goes with me and my sister.
Savon, you see what they wrote down in the comments?
Well, who said?
You see what they wrote down in the comments?
What they say
about the tree trunk?
What Anthony Brown?
By who?
You see what the Anthony Brown show put in the comments? He is so. You know what, Anthony? I'm not
with them beads, get them beads.
I am not trying to get my channel flag. You gonna take this shit to XTube or fucking what is it?
No XTube. Fans
well,
only.
okay, well then we don't have XTube. We don't have
my Bitster. What is my Bitster?
To Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
It go down real quick when you whip that out, honey. It just the only thing worse that you could do, pull out a pecker or put on a Prince song. Honey, your live will say.
Here's it is. So on Twitter, on Instagram, I don't know what's going on, but on Instagram, there's been naked bodies and dinglings everywhere.
Yes, Lord. Saw that yesterday.
Your shoulder when you open your phone because you don't never know what's going to come up.
Really?
I haven't got any.
Girl, listen, like I said, honey.
Come on, Shayla, because I'm about to do the same thing.
Y'all on y'all phones. Hold up. Jessica actually sent me a couple pics from Instagram, and I was like, bitch, how are they still out there? They on Instagram with their dealings out, playing PlayStation.
Hard, erect, bouncing, doing all kinds of
stuff. Well, Savon, we got each other on Instagram. You want to share?
I'm going to
share with me too, sis.
You know somebody just got a nice piece. 2 people I can send to you. You can go look them up right now on Google. That's Trey Songz's brother and Stevie J. Both of them got a nice piece.
Stevie J, though, we don't want to pour and
those are old. Those are old.
We don't want to let Stevie J like that.
Trey Songz's brother as well got a picture on there as well.
Trey Songz's brother's a buzzard.
He's a what? He's a what?
A buzzard.
Oh what?
A buzzard.
A miss.
Swipe left.
Well, they still got nice pieces. I still think them things are.
He's a buzzard at it.
Genuine had a nice little piece too.
Genuine.
You ain't seen Genuine?
I saw that one too.
The motherfucking the jamming queen. The let's jam queen. Where's the lie? Bitch, them motherfucking hairs was laid down by Jam It for real. Let's jam. Edge control.
Now Chris Brown on the other hand, I can't deal. I'm sorry, I can't deal.
Don't you talk about Chrissy.
You can't talk about Chris Brown like Jessica. The video has been removed, bitch.
It has? Well.
Damn.
I was trying to send it to. Oh wait, I lied. Hold on. Let me send it to Shayla.
Don't forget me.
Let me look.
I got you, Miss Jasmine. Mm-hmm. This is horrible. I am promoting pornography. Allegedly.
We are. This is our girl talk.
Is that horrible?
I don't think it's horrible because it is what it is.
That's good social distance.
Hold up. I gotta send it to the Savon Experience.
Underneath each one, teach one, honey.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I know it's a lot of lives out there saying effed up right now because a lot of people can't sit here and go and do what they was doing before all of this stuff happened. A lot of them people that be got them side pieces, they can't leave the house now because they wives are already at home 24/7, so they can't do what they used to do.
Well, no, because it's a lot of side pieces out here that's still getting what they need to get when it's time.
That's
when it's time. That is true. That is true.
I think we all have played the side piece.
You know what? I played the side piece in a miniseries knowingly and unknowingly, and I don't regret either.
Amen.
Really?
No, I don't regret either. No.
Elaborate. I need you to elaborate. I'm interested in
which one,
this right
on the willing or the unwilling?
I just got a willing. I ain't got no unwilling.
Now, Anthony Brown said, Genuine, Stevie J, Trey Songz brother, Chris Brown, all of them got cute pieces, but they're all so last season.
Oh,
I agree. It's a cute piece. I agree. Ever go out of season?
And there's
look, I can't help it that I ain't been keeping up with all the dick out here that's been floating around. Currently, all I can say is what was in my collection, what I stored in my collection.
It's okay, Sugar. We're gonna get you caught up, but you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that no more.
Well, who else slipped a picture recently?
Right, who else slipped? Because I ain't seen nobody just slip the picture.
Because the most recent one I done heard about is Safari.
I thought the baby had one out there.
And he's on OnlyFans now, but then they said the OnlyFans is trash.
So shut the fuck up. All of them motherfuckers is going to America OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
All of them. All of them got an OnlyFans.
Getting paid.
And I'm not. And some of them are making more money than they ever made on any other platform on OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Safari on OnlyFans with who?
Safari is on OnlyFans. What is his name? Bobby Lights is on OnlyFans.
Bobby Lights.
Bobby Lights.
Did you say who is?
Are you serious?
Did you say who is Bobby Lights?
That's the lady from Miami.
I did a video on it on Bobby Lights, Prince, and Safari. I did a whole video about love and hip hop.
Suki Hana is on there, and not all of them are shitty. Now, see, so the one misconception about OnlyFans is it's not all about pornography. It is about fans. However, they teasing us with them dinglings and pussy prints and titty prints and all that other shit though.
Pussy prints.
Pussy prints. Suki Hana get goddamn moose knuckles. I'm not.
We ain't talking about camel toe. No camel toe.
Camel toe. No, bitch. Her shit's so goddamn fat. I love Suki Hana first of all, but her shit's so fat it is moose knuckles, bitch. It ain't no goddamn camel toe.
Oh, now wait a minute.
She got a fat old kitty. Now look what y'all did after I was just on the Good Lord show last night on
Suki.
Now wait a minute, bitch.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna tell you somebody who I did check out once.
Ain't no one want to see Bobby. Somebody want to see Bobby, child.
That onion is cute. What you say, Tristan?
I said somebody that I did go and check out I didn't see it on the OnlyFans, but I did find a video that they posted from their OnlyFans site, if I'm not mistaken. But the couple that was on T.S. Madison show, maybe like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, Janae.
Are you talking about
Cass?
Jonelle,
Cash, and
Jonelle, and
Rico,
Rico, and also
Janelle.
Yeah,
Janelle. Yes, Janelle.
Now I seen their Twitter, and I was
like, their Twitter is off the chain. They got OnlyFans too.
You said, wait, wait, which one is Janelle? I know Cash and all them. They talked about their OnlyFans, but Janelle,
Cash
Janelle. Yes, his name is spelled JOHNENNEL, something like that. And you can find him on Pornhub as well.
Oh, bitch, wait a minute. I love a good Pornhub. Hold on. JOHNENNEL.
They both fine as hell.
Yeah, their Twitter is pretty X-rated. I said, oh my.
They fine.
Can I find it?
They are.
So, oh God. Jesus, take the
Did they hurt your feelings, Shayla?
Huh?
Did they hurt your feelings?
A little.
Okay.
I was like, dang it. Like, y'all just try me one good time.
Tyrone and Janelle. That's it. Tyrone and Janelle.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question.
It's Tyrone and Janelle.
Okay. So what's your question, Jasmine, Tyrone, and Janelle?
So my question is this: has anyone ever had the subscription to Signal 23 TV?
To who?
What's
Signal 23 TV?
It's a television channel that does their service. They do would you call them independent?
Yeah, it's like a whole. It's supposed to be like for a black. It's supposed to be like a black independent network for the alphabet community, basically.
Lots of drama. But
my question is that why do y'all think so many people take and go over there to their stuff, because they do have some of their stuff listed on YouTube, and no shade or no tea, whatever, but it's a lot of washed up strippers or old porn stars that can't get jobs anywhere else, and like the stuff is like it's past the point.
Rico started over there.
Yeah, and then he went back and then he trashed him again and he left again.
They didn't pay him. They didn't pay him.
My thing though is that why is it that it's so many different? I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this without being derogatory, but why is it that so many of them want to go there, but then once they get in the bed with them, so to say, it's soft porn, and then the subscription is worth crap. But then it's just like it's a whole bunch of extra. Because I tried it out. And I did it for the whole 30 days to see exactly what it was all about. Most of the stuff is inconsistent. And, on somebody else's show, they was taking and reading Tyler Perry on, the bad makeup in here and stuff like that. It's the exact same thing. It's like, why do you waste your money spending your money on something like this? But then you right back into the same quality stuff. I mean, if I'm spending money on something, I want to see stuff that's worth me spending the money on. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
I mean, so let me just look. I'm just gonna keep this shit real.
Is that what Rico was talking about on Madison's show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. I don't think I have.
I sent you a text, Savon.
Rico was one of the reasons that they popped off, that people started paying attention to them. And that all about, what was it called? All about
Justin.
Yeah, about Justin. That little show being on YouTube actually made people pay attention to them, because I didn't even know what Signal 23 was. Mm-hmm. And it is soft porn, but it all plays into that trying to get into the game. And then they sell you this dream, and you get over there, and you're doing all the programming. It got old quick, because it's
like the same characters over and over again.
Yeah, everything's very salacious. All of the storylines are very salacious, and it's very stereotypical, and it gets very old very fast. But I think for the actors, you know how that works. When you want to be an actor and you've done some questionable things, it's hard to get roles, reputable roles, and then you fall into those cracks. And I think that's kind of where Signal 23 kind of lives. And you're hearing more and more, about things that they're doing and their bad business practices. It won't be long for them because Rico and Cash are literally wearing their asses out.
It's like, to me, it's ridiculous.
It's terrible the way they did them.
To me, it's like ridiculous.
Mexico and filmed in Mexico, that was horrible.
They made them pay for their own stuff,
and that's how they end up being the couple when they in Mexico. It was.
I have to say that I do like them as a couple.
And end up linking up with each other.
I do like them as a couple.
Oh, but they made moves. They came out of that and came out smelling like a rose.
Yeah, and I love. So the first time I ever really truly met them, well, it was on TV's Spotlight, and then I was reintroduced to them when they were on Infamous Chi Chi's page, and he had a key with Chi, and bitch, those stories was everything. Yes. Bitch, I lived for them, but I still hadn't looked up their actual official pages because, bitch, I'm not gonna lie, I'm going on for the motherfucking Pornhub, and if it ain't out there for free, I'm not gonna pay to watch no porn.
Oh, it's out there for free. It's out there.
The latest one is on there too. The latest one is really good.
Okay, I need to see this. Somebody need to send something to me. I need to see.
I'm gonna see the links, Jay.
Okay, because all I'm gonna say is okay, girl. And can we just all give praise and thanks to Jessica's titties, because you motherfuckers is sitting. Is sitting, honey. I see split, I see separation and parting. I just want to pay homage to them hoes.
Oh my God, you so extra.
I am.
Look, how I can move this up.
Ain't no need you changing that. We've been looking at them hoes for 3 hours.
Period.
What is this like if?
We ain't looking at your eyes, bitch. That's not interesting.
Hey, girl, that's when you say these are what separates me from the boys, honey. Go on now.
What just that bra is like a good pair of jeans. It lifts and
separates.
Listen, y'all, this has been so cool. Would you all please tell people how to find you guys? Because we are going to close it out. We're at 3 hours. So Jessica, she's not on social media, so don't go looking for her. Ms. Jasmine.
On all platforms, is Ms.JazmineDivine.
Okay, and Silly Boy TV. We should know where you at, but go on.
Y'all know where I'm at, child.
And Shayla.
Just go stand in the street, say, "Hey, bitch!"
Y'all can see me on Instagram if y'all want to look me up on Instagram. That's all. I don't do much.
Her and the Habibis, bitch.
Stop. I just went on there. I signed on the Instagram and I already had 3 messages from Javier. So I don't know.
Who's Javier?
Ooh.
I just said that name. I can't pronounce their names on here. It's Arab. It's something foreign. I can't. And they're saying, "Hey, beautiful," right now. I logged off real quick.
Come on, Javier. And Shayla, love muffin. Thank you so much for joining. You are always an inspiration. I love when you get off, girlfriend. Always.
It was nice meeting all of y'all. It's great. This was awesome.
Mr. 6'8" with that long ass pole. Can you tell us how we find you?
Well, you can find me on all platforms. That's Mr. 6'8". It's pretty much how it's spelled. MISTER, number 6 feet 8. You know, it's simple. Nothing over the top. Just Mr. 6'8". That's it.
Yes. Come on, baby daddy.
I'm gonna have to be the difficult one. You can find me at the Savon Experience on Facebook and Instagram, but on YouTube, I am Savon1111. So there's 4 1s. I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for joining this live stream. It is what dreams are made of. And I thank you guys for spending your precious time with us because you had so many other things you could be doing.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm getting ready to turn this ring light off. This shit is heating me up. You see, I've been over here trying to play with the light. I'm in the shower. I'm over here sweating. This like hot
as it far out, girl. Why is it so close?
It's little, and I was like, I'm gonna try it out. I don't see how y'all do this shit.
Well, see, listen, I've got a big one, and it's moved off, so you can't.
It's little. Look how little it is.
Yeah, those are hot. Those are hot.
Bitch, I'm sitting here draining.
Okay,
that's
girl,
why I got a fan on.
One that can
I was over here trying to find stuff to fan with. Jesus.
Ooh. Listen, you get one of these fans, girl. They got 3 different speeds.
I need it, and I'm sitting here in sweatpants. My ass is just sweating.
Oh, no, ma'am. Look, we just need to be dressed appropriately from the top up.
Well, okay.
And then don't forget,
letting you into the secret, girl.
Wait, look,
I step out, I always slide out this way and move that way. So you don't see them thunderous thighs, girl, because so like, share, and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Savon Experience. We're definitely going to try to come back again once a week, every Saturday, to have a live little session to talk about whatever's on our hearts and minds. And I'm going to tell you right now, everyone that's on here, Shaquan, gonna get even each and every last one of y'all for talking about Ken.
Well, come on in, bring it in.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, I still don't like Ken Moore. Ken Moore, her ass
I love Nene, but she gets me together every time. So I'm just
come on, tell that pot face helper. Come on in, tell that pot face how you can see and deal with her.
Oh!
Tell her I got one for her anyway, because I didn't like the way she was trying to talk to you.
Oh, get that bitch, baby. Get her ass, because she disrespectful.
She don't want a day. She don't want a day.
Now, so I want to thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a good evening and have a great weekend.
All righty.
Before we leave out, Savon, I wanted to say to you, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your platform tonight. And each and every one of y'all and your viewers and followers, thank you each to every one of y'all for coming in and making the live what it was.
Absolutely.
Anytime, boo.
I second that. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. So I'm really green when it comes to this.
It took forever to get this bitch on the live from my couch, honey.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
This shit with me.
Here we go.
Thanks for letting my straight ass come through here. I appreciate it.
Girl, fuck that shit. You give us life, honey. Life with no chance of motherfucking parole, bitch. Good night, everyone. Have a good night. Bye, love.
Bye.
Bye.